What's going on? Well, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the what's the word? Quarantine Chronicles Volume 3. I am your host, Ty Turner. For those of you who have jumped in, let me make sure I update it because you guys should be receiving something really soon. Let me see that. Let me see that there for those of you who have joined in. Yes, yes. Make sure I add the thumbnail to that. I'll give it some time for the room to catch up. Thumbnail updated. We're getting ready to talk a little bit more about Q&As. Let's see. And that way we'll answer more of your questions. I like it when I see the same people. I love it when I see the same people come in. That's real. We're getting ready to do some more Q&As. Somebody said it. You got the 70, so you traded the M50 for the 70 to 200. My God. You can't go wrong with a 70 to 200. You cannot go wrong with a 70 to 200. I'm getting ready to go live on I'm getting ready to go live real quick on the gram. That way I can get everybody on the gram over. So let's go ahead and do that because, my people on the gram, I don't know, they just, somebody said they didn't get a notification. Let me go live on the gram. I got to let the people on the gram know. Because the gram is its own, they don't do regular live like us. They got to, you know what I'm saying? Attention gram, everybody on the gram. We're getting ready to go live on YouTube right now. Everybody on the gram is looking at me in this shot that's well overexposed because my phone thinks that I'm too dark. We're getting ready to go live. Make sure you follow us. I'll post a link right here, boom, bang, pow, or you search for Flash Film. You should already know. You follow me. Flash Film Academy. We're getting ready to go live right now. Yeah, it's our second stream of the day. Technically our third stream of the day. So while I do this, let's jump right in them Q&As. I got good questions about relationships, like dealing with the right partner when you're an entrepreneur. We're going to touch on that. We're going to definitely touch on that. But for the gram, for everybody that's joining the gram, I want you guys to switch over to my YouTube channel. That way I can see your questions and I can answer your questions and we can go from there. So if you're not, you make sure you go on YouTube, search for Flash Film Academy, and then we'll get things cracking. All right? So we can make sure we definitely do that. Let's see. Somebody said I got notifications on Instagram, Facebook, but not YouTube. What's up with that? That's kind of why I go live on things before I go live on YouTube. YouTube is where I got it, YouTube is where it's at. I see you, Dallas. So, again, for those who follow me on the gram, make sure you go to YouTube right now because we're getting ready to get it popping on the YouTube channel right now. I'll make sure you know where to go. And while we're getting everybody lit up and we're lighting it up on YouTube, I got them questions coming in. We're going to get with them Q&As. I see a few of them. I got my hoodie on. Is that scaring some of y'all? I like to rock the hoodie like that sometimes. So, what up, Smoke and Mirrors? So, for the rest of y'all on the gram, I will see you guys on YouTube so I can answer all these questions today. Let's go. All right. Man, good looking out for the super chat, girl. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, man. You said you was watching the lives earlier today while I was editing video. I'm moving towards the podcast because I know some people want to just listen while while we talk and just have the ability to listen. So I'm going to take y'all advice and find a way where I can just strip audio and put it on the podcast. It's funny because I got a different podcast that I'm working on that has nothing to do with this, and I just got geared up for that. But this is something that I'll keep doing. There was a question somebody asked real quick. Marcus said, can I really make a living working with barbers and stylists? Let me be honest with you. It's hard, but it can be done. It's hard, but it can be done. Only because of you're dealing with people. You're not dealing with companies. Now, if you get with somebody that owns the barbershop or beauty shop and they want to put out something for their beauty shop, it's a little bit easier because they got a little more money. Barbers and stylists it's tough because those are like, they work with a lot of cash. They may not see the value in spending a certain amount for a video. You would be better off going in there and trying to offer something that the whole shop can take advantage of, and then people can have bits and pieces. That's your best bet to divide that cost amongst everybody, because it's just difficult getting $1,000 out of your barber. I did some work. Hey, guy, you let me know about the podcast. I'll definitely be on. I did some work for a barber, which was some simple headshots, but I just had him pay me in haircuts. Like, that worked for me. He gave me like 12 haircuts, and that worked. You can't do that with everybody, though. That wouldn't be a good look with everybody. So that's something you definitely can't do. We're up to about 20 people right now. That's what I'm talking about. Big shout out to those who joined the membership. You got some exclusive content. You got some discounts. You got a whole bunch of stuff just off rip that I've been working on, and I got a whole lot more coming. So big shout out to those who join. If you make sure you go into the community section of my YouTube channel. If you are a member, you'll see stuff that everybody else don't see. So there are some videos there. Plus there's other videos that are only for members only. So there you go. If you got a podcast, let me know. I'd love to be on it. Most business owners own a job, not a company. Yep, that sound like something. It sound hard, but be sure to get E-Myth Revisited. Yes, that is a book that I posted as one of my favorite books. It talks about working on the business, not working in the business. Somebody said, what's membership? So Dallas Organizer, we just started a membership. If you click the join button on this page, which you should see it on this page down below. I'm not sure if you're using a cell phone, make sure you got the most up-to-date version of YouTube, because there should be a join button. From that join button, you should be able to see 3 different memberships that offers 3 different levels of memberships. So one level of membership will get you a little more access. The next level will get you discounts, more raw live, because I don't have to worry about being monetized and all of that. I can just be me. So you get a little, like I said, there's some things that I don't want to talk about publicly that I do want to talk about kind of behind closed doors. Then I can talk a little bit more about money and other things like that. So there's some things that I'm not going public with. However, there I can be me, and I don't have to worry about saying a word that gets ad revenue or whatever knocked down, and YouTube don't push my site, and people can't find me, and they stop getting notifications, kind of like what looks like happened here a little bit. So, yeah, that it allows me to do that. Somebody said, I see some gold. Where's some gold at? I got some gold. Where it at? I don't know what you're talking about. All right. So, yeah, anybody got podcasts? Definitely let me know. I love to do podcasts. I'm working on, like I said, I'm working on a podcast that is not camera related. It's going to be quite interesting when we get up and running. I'll be sure to let you guys know, even though it's a different audience. I'm sure you guys will appreciate it when it drops. We'll go from there. Who else had a question? Yeah, it's weird about the notification thing. I think it takes time on YouTube. I think you have to be going for a few seconds on YouTube for it to start to pick up and go. Let's see if I can, if it lets me, I don't think it pops up and tell everybody. No, I don't think it does. Enable slow mode. Only chat members can send messages. I ain't gonna do y'all like that. Not yet. Y'all good. So yeah, I think that's the case. Brian, what's going on, man? Listen, while we wait on people to come in, YouTube channels are hard, bro. I'm not gonna tell you it's easy. I'm not gonna tell you it's all that great, all that it's cracked up to be. They're hard, but you know what makes it better is when you have people that believe in what you do, that you can have intelligent conversations with. when you get to see people grow, when you get to talk to people, when people come to you and be like, yo, that Saturday night that you took away from your kids and your family to come sit in front of this camera really has helped my business, really has helped me grow, really has done something for me. I don't want to be one of them YouTube channels where you just, it's a nice to have. I want to be a YouTube channel that you remember, that actually helps you. So my goal is to help y'all and do as much as I can and share as much knowledge. Because listen, I get better when I help y'all get better, right? People think holding on to information is going to give you the competitive advantage, but it's not. Putting it out into the world is what helps you grow. Okay, Brian says, what? I'm a huge fan. I be dressing up like a girl sometime and sucking on used tampons. I think somebody hacked this computer, but I'm not gonna, hey, if that's what you want to do, bro, I'm with it. I mean, I'm with letting you do it. You got the freedom to do it. So, just want to make sure we got good audio. Can you guys still, yeah, you guys, it's still coming in. Let's see. Ty, what's my opinion on film school? Do you think it's worth it? It's worth it if you want to go into filmmaking. It will not help you with the business side of it. It will help you in creating the images needed for film, as well as each individual job and position. That's exactly what film school is for. Now, if you think you're going to be able to leave all that and come shoot a movie, it's probably not going to teach you the business side of it. In fact, I know it's not going to teach you the business side of it, because the majority of friends I got went that route. I went the digital cinematography route, and everything else that I learned is from just the school of hard knocks. Brian got some real crazy comments here, man. I think somebody stole your phone. Yeah, man, let me see y'all make some money. Let's get this money. Let's see. Hey, Ty, have you had much feedback on people taking your courses overseas, asking from Australia in regards to your contracts? And if they're still, yes, I have. Actually, I had someone in the UK who actually used quite a few contracts. They even ran them by lawyers in their area and got a lot of great feedback. The thing is this, I tell people all the time, the courses, not the courses, but the contracts are pretty much a starting point, right? They should be fine where you are. However, you can't create them for every country, every state, every city, and every county, because laws are different. Some counties don't allow non-refundable retainers. It's just nothing you can do about it. Some do. However, if you get a chance, it's a whole lot cheaper to run it by a paralegal or a lawyer in your area to just say, hey, just look over these, than it is to say write them from scratch. That's one. Number two, sometimes when you present a contract to a customer, it prevents a whole lot of problems. It just prevents a whole lot of problems. It'll make clients say, okay, let me not do this. Let me chill. It's kind of like having security cameras will prevent a whole lot of theft. Yeah, they're there if I need it to go back to see who did it. But when you see somebody look like they want to put something in their pocket and they look up at that camera and they put it back down, you know it's just worked. To the point where they're selling fake cameras to pop in places. So, it's something that you got to keep in mind. Let's see. You're talking to Michael. Michael, did you post a question before? I came up with some money and had a small window I bought an A7 III and an 18-105 f4. Is that a wise choice? Can't go wrong with the A7 III. The 18-105, I own that lens. It is a very solid all-around video lens. As for, could you do some better things with it? At that price point, that is a good combination for video. If you're looking to do video, I've done some photography with that lens. It's not a bad lens. It's a good lens. So yeah, I think that is a good investment. Your next lens needs to be a 50 millimeter though. 50 millimeter. Because the A7 III is full frame. That lens you got is not a full frame lens. So you're not even taking advantage of the full usage of your lens, so of your camera. So if you think it's dope now, wait till you get a full frame 50. Let's talk niches. What's new and on the rise? It depends on your area. It depends on your area. If you're in Miami, your niche can be boats or something to deal with boats or dock. If you're in Alaska, it could be something totally different. It's kind of location based off what you love. Because think about it, there's people in Australia who niche is going to be completely different than somebody that's in the UK or here in Texas. So if you guys have niches that you think are on the rise, post them. Let's talk about them. Let's definitely talk about them. Somebody said they only had a few days to make the purchase. It was their birthday. I wish. Fun Film say, let's talk money. Let's talk money. All right, let's start here. What should you be making in your first year? What should you be making in video production? Post, what do you think that number is? What should you be doing a year in video production your first year? I'm curious to know what you think that is. So post that in the comments and let's go from there. What dollar amount you think? So you're saying a lot of content creators and companies in your area are starting to do packages for their clients. It's a trend I'm seeing in my area. I know I don't make money and others seem that they are. Packages in your area, subscription base is the future because companies need ongoing video. Somebody put $10, $60K San Diego. Is that, Michael, is that 450,000 or is that 45,000? I'm just messing with you. Let's see. 20K, first year, 20K. Hey, you know what? When you post a dollar amount, put the country. That way I'll have a better understanding of, or country or state. That way I have a better understanding of location. 0 minus time, pay for gear 2 years. Okay. Put locations with the dollar amount. I'm just curious to see. Australia, 100K. Hey, let me see what that is in American. Let's see. Let's see those exchange rates. So that's about $61,000 in America. Alaska representing. Dallas, 25K? Heck no. Dallas? No. That's way low in Dallas. We'll talk about that. Georgia, 22 to 28K. Florida, 20K. Okay, some of you guys are way underbidding. First year, way underbidding. Gross, that's way underbidding. If you do it right, it'll be more than that. It's usually triple what you guys are talking about. At least triple. If you do it right. A lot of guys suffer because they don't have websites that's working for them. They don't have the brand. When you don't have the brand, it's difficult. When you don't have the brand. Joe Parnell, good looking out, man. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Appreciate the super chat. That's a dope picture too. Somebody said, James said, I thought I did okay last year. Some of you guys are even better. With all the crazy stuff going on, you should be getting yourself lined up for your niche. Yep. When the market turns and we find a cure or whatever, we'll be okay. Right now, listen, billionaires are made in times like this. Right now is the time where you need to be focused on winning. Because when that gate open up and stuff go back to normal, it's going to have a spike because people feel like they got to catch up. So when that spike happen, you better make sure you are riding that wave. It's just like surfing. When that big wave come in, you can either be swimming or you can be on that surfboard laying down waiting. You want to be waiting. Right now is the time to make sure all this downtime, you should be just like you here learning. You should be making sure that portfolio is on point, that website is on point. You want to make sure that you start getting the SEO and stuff right on your website. So when that traffic and all that come back, you are ready to go. This is the time to start marketing. This is the time to start marketing. Right now is a good time to even run test marketing because so many people are bored at home looking at their screens. That's why I'm sitting here like, okay, I can either watch TV or I can do another live. Let's do another live. Let's go. People are watching. People are at home. Let's do another live. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Keeping my other drywall construction company, doing videos on the side until I'm ready full time. I think 36 US is right. I'm going to say 50. I'm going to say 50. Let me see another question. I'm going to definitely say 50. I'm going to say your goal should be 50 grand. If you're doing video, your goal should be 50 grand. Photography is going to be between 30 and 50. All right, Matthew, next questions. Is brand stories, like the story behind your brand and stories with your brand, specific enough? Brand stories. Listen, I've said it in every video, and someone want to make sure I make sure it's clear. If your goal is to tell other brand story, you better do a damn good job at telling your own, because you're going to lose 75% of your clients when they come to your website and they don't leave with understanding of what your story is. So, 50K should be gross. So make sure you do a good job at telling your story through visuals. You are storytellers, guys. You're a content creator. You are storytellers with cameras. You should be able to paint a picture with a camera, right? Whether it be with pictures, it can be product photography or video. You need to be a storyteller. You need to be good at that. And if you're not good at that, you're going to have a difficult time convincing people to hire you to do that for them, because they don't know what they want. They need you to be able to come in and say, you need to tell your story like this. We need to shoot it like that. I need a drone shot. You need to come to people and have that expertise, and you can't do it if your story is not there. Fun film. All right, welcome to gold. Welcome to the gold standard of content creation and learning about business. Everybody who signs up for a membership that get gold, I'm gonna announce it like that from now on. Somebody said, I started 2 companies, one for weddings and engagements, one business, and starting one new one this week for live streaming. What's your opinion on diversifying your business or businesses? Easy. Guess what? Those people that's getting married got day jobs. They usually live within, they usually work within corporate America. Ask them about it. That's where your word of mouth should come from. That's where your referrals should come from. That's how you work that. There's going to be people there that are, who's paying for, like I always try to talk to the mother-in-laws or like the father of the bride, because he got the money, he's paying for it. He usually owns a company or work in corporate America or something like that. I shake his hand, pat him on the shoulder and tell him, I'm going to get you your pictures personally, buddy. What's your email address? Do you got a business card on you? And man, work it. Work it. Make sure your brand stories is on point. These are estimates on corporate headshots. Somebody said, I guess I better go gold if I learn how to get 50. Fun film. Hey, man. I'm going to show you either way. What's the best way to end a business relationship? Smooth house. I like that name, the smooth house. Man, listen. Do you mean business as far as y'all working together or business as far as a client? Because I'm dealing with a client right now that is the client from hell. Man, I'm dealing with one that is the worst. As far as business relationships, y'all working together, Safe House Studios, if you got to make sure you got the updated version of YouTube. If not, you can try to go to the page website and click the join now button. That's a good question. I need to look at it on the iPhone and see where it is on the iPhone. I just may do that. If you're talking about business relationship between somebody that you're working with, sometimes you got to just, especially if it's a friend, you got to just call it for what it is, man. Be like, look, we need to just do different stuff. No disrespect, but we need to do something different. Look at this. Let's see. If you're on the phone, I don't see a way to do it on the phone. Hold up. Let me see. I don't see a way to do it on the phone. That's a good question. How do you do it on the phone? That's weird. If you're on the phone, I don't see a way to join the membership. I'm going looking at that. I'm definitely looking at that. I'll post a link. Joe. Hey, I appreciate the super chat again, Joe. Somebody said you better wash your hands before you start patting people on the shoulder. You ain't never lying. You got a fist bump. So right now, I'm either elbow bumping, I'm not even fist bumping. I'm Wakanda forever and like elbowing. Like that's all you get, or head nod, or the old man point. Hey nah, you know you always get that old man. Hey nah, that's me all day. Having a hard time boiling down what niche I should. And I have so much I love about creating different content. In Detroit, everybody's doing some kind of music. I'm trying to work smarter. Go after them businesses. Go after them businesses in the D. Yeah, if you're in the D, born and raised, I know what's up. I would go after businesses. It's a lot of new companies down there, especially downtown. A lot of new entrepreneurs, a lot of new business owners. They need content. So go after them about managing their social media. Hey man, let me manage your social media. Let me create content for your social media consistently. You know, just think of it like that. Go after new companies. There's a lot of service-based industries in the D. There's a lot of landscaping companies and a lot of tree removals and plumbers. Go after those guys in the D. They need it. Somebody said if you go to Flash Film page and then go to membership tab, you can sign up. I need to try it on my phone real quick because that's a good question. I'll let you, yeah. That way you can hit the button. Let me see if I can pull it up from here. And that way I can post it right here, here, and here. There used to be a way I can get a link. They gotta be here somewhere. Okay. I'm gonna post a link. I think there's a way I can post a link without it getting all crazy. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna post a link in the room for those who want to sign up. Boom. There you go. Okay. I spoke with a medical company that does $7 million in revenue. They started the conversation that their max budget for video was $2K. How would you respond? Okay, is that one video? Is that 2 videos? How many videos is that? James, welcome to being a member, James. I feel like I'm in one of them like churches and people like walking down the aisle. Okay, so the fact that they got a $2,000 budget is not bad, right? So what you want to do is you want to itemize it so that you offer them a lot for $2,000, but you got it. Listen, when people make these budgets, they don't have knowledge of video. They're just like, I think 2,000 is enough. So if you go in there with a solution that makes sense, that's above 2,000, you know, that's why I say itemize it. So yeah, this is what we can do for 2,000, but if you had a little more budget, we'd be able to do more. And you also got to think, what if that budget is 2,000 a month? What if that budget is 2,000 a week? What if that budget is 2,000 a project, right? So maybe go in there with the idea to offer more. You got to make it make sense. You can't just say, I'm gonna give you this for 5,000, but now I got to make it 2,000. You got to itemize it. Man, if y'all had a little bit more, maybe we could fit, because they'll go back and fight for it if it makes sense. Man, we need the teleprompter. We need 2 cameras. We were thinking about doing something with the drone, and that's a little bit over, blah, blah. They'll fight for it if it makes sense. Oh, we got to, even if it's time, man, it's gonna be 3 days of shooting. $2,000 only cover a day and a half because this is their rate. We need more. You know, we want to wait until the CEO is in town and shoot that. If you can make it make sense, they'll give you more money. They just don't understand why they should give you more money. Period. That's not all they got. I promise you. They just have to be able to make a profit, and it needs to make sense. So you gotta give them a reason to do it. I'm in NYC. I consider my content decent, but I don't know how to convert serious clients. I deal with a lot of handshakes and social media DM deals. How can I change that? You need a dope website. Listen, I say this all the time, and I want to make sure I drill this in. Right? There's 3 things. Well, I promise you, you're going to come back and you're going to tell me this guy is a freaking genius. There's 3 things you need to get in order to make selling easy. You need to have a dope website. Your website needs to have your branding together. It needs to explain what you do. It needs to go after your 3 niches. Your 3 niches, it needs to be catered towards your niches. and you need to have a demo reel. If you don't have those three things, every question y'all asking about selling, about showing value so people can pay y'all what y'all worth, all of those questions revolve around them three things. It took me 5 years to realize that. But I promise you, when I got them three things down, my family thought I was selling drugs because life was changing. They thought I was dealing dope because the money was coming in. They were like, when did you get that car? When did you start buying them type of shoes? Like, I'm telling you, I promise you, listen to me. When I got them three things together, my family was looking at me real funny. Like, when do you start doing all this? Like, you got Grey Poupon? When you get Grey Poupon instead of regular mustard? That's why that was #1 course. That's why that course was like, yo, this the one I got. This the one that's going to blow people up right here. When they do this and stuff started changing, they're going to look at me like, yo, this guy's the truth. I promise you. Your video, your website, one, you got to know who you're selling to. Because if you're doing it for everybody, nobody cares, right? If I make a video, if this video is about general business, right? If I say, and I use the car wash, you guys wouldn't care, right? My niche is people who want to make money in photography and videography. That's my niche, right? Directed to you. My website, Flash Film Academy, is directed to you. It is not directed to cab drivers or people who want to make money with Uber. It's specifically to you. My videos on my websites are specifically to you. My content is specifically for you, right? Period. You're here. Enough said. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that your channel, your page, your everything that exists about your brand follows those three rules. You need to have your niche. Your niche, wherever you're from in the world, that's how you pronounce it. You need to know who you're going after. Make it as specific as possible. I do testimonials for dental and ortho. Cool. I do promo videos for general doctor's office. Cool. I got a website that is dedicated to the information they need because they use certain words, certain terms, certain lingo. When you get a copywriter in that can write for them so that they can get it and understand it, you look like the pro. You look like the genius. And then I got a video that sells what I do. When you get them three things, bro, you won't even have a problem with selling. People will just want to know when you're available. They just want to know when you're available. When you go into a muffler shop because your muffler's falling off, you just want to know the price and when can I get it done. You're not questioning Mighty Key on whether or not they can install mufflers. You're not questioning Time Warner on whether or not they can provide good TV. They have enough content on their website. They got a video or information on their website to prove to you what they can do. By the time you get in talks with them, it's like, hey, are you available and what's the price? You got to focus on those things, guys. You got to focus on those things. Somebody said, no new friends, don't work with friends. I never work with friends. Not all the time. Not all the time. Let me see. Denny Yin, what's the photo equivalent to a demo reel? A video? You still need video. You still need video. Nobody's going to scroll through 50 pictures, but they'll sit through a video with 50 pictures. So Denny, make sure that you still want a video portfolio if you do photography. You definitely, because if you can show behind the scenes footage of you doing headshots and then they finished headshots, think about all of the YouTube videos you watch. And the guys are talking about this camera and a lens. And if they take a picture and you don't see it, you're like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like you've got so accustomed to want to see behind the scenes and the picture that it's standard now. So your demo reel should be like that. That's what we talk about in the course. That behind the scenes stuff, I talked about in a previous video. We're moving to an era where people spend more money to be at a restaurant where they can see their food being made. Open kitchens is the new design, right? Cheap places like McDonald's don't have open kitchens. They pull your meat out of a drawer and try to make it before you can even see them. And they wrap it up and they throw it up there and they're like, yeah, it's all good. But really expensive places, they're chopping it up in front of you. Hell, if you get really expensive, they'll cut it up on your table and set it on fire on your table. The more the price go up, the more the process you get to see. So your page to show value needs to show that process. Customers and clients are more at ease when they can see that process. That's what your demo reel should be doing. Right now, it's just your favorite clips to music. It's trash. It's the same thing everybody got, right? The way I instruct you to build it is to build it in a way where it's just like food. People can see it, the apple getting picked from the tree. It comes to your kitchen. It's getting sliced up. We put some cinnamon on it, roll it up, put it in the oven, pull it out the oven, sit it on your table. Now that's fresh. So freshness, we're trying to get you to create a demo reel that's fresh, that's good to go, compared to them other people that just showing you, they're just pulling, TV dinners out the oven, scraping them onto a plate and telling you, bon appetit. We don't know where this food came from. And we're just getting away from that as a society of processed stuff, of it's the psychological value. You don't know where this stuff come from. We're getting out of dealing with stuff and we don't know where it come from, just the end result. So that's why I encourage your demo reel to show it. If you look at my demo reel on flashfilmmedia.com, it shows you the process. It shows you everything. And you're comfortable with choosing us because you know we can do it. And I don't have to argue with you on price. So, wait, Danny Yen is now a gold member. Who else? Rico is now a silver member. Welcome to the club. The number one rule in Fight Club? No, I'm joking. The number one rule in Flash Film Academy is apply it and go make you some money. I'm going to start ending my videos like that. Instead of saying like, see you next video, I'm going to start ending them boys with like, see you next check or something like that. See you at the bank. What's the biggest tip you can give someone starting out with their business venture that you wish someone told me? Those 3 things. That's the biggest tips. Like, that's the thing that 95% of people are missing who get into this industry. They think, I got a camera, I could take some pictures, here's some example of some pictures, pay me. It don't work like that. Because if somebody showed up at your door like, hey, bro, I got this skillet, I got a few knives, I'm going to make you a steak, pay me. That's literally what you're doing when you go to somebody and you're like, yo, you need video? I got you, bro. $2,000. And they're like, what? If somebody knocked on your door with some knives in their hand and a skillet, they can have a steak cooking right there. Like, yo, got this porterhouse for you, $50 right now. You're like, I'm not even hungry, bro. Who are you? Why are you here? That's literally how the people you're running up on feel. So you have to build it and put it in places where you got hungry people that's looking for a steak. That's a great example of how backwards some of you guys are when it comes to looking for business with your brand. Y'all not going after hungry people that want what you cook. Y'all just knocking on people's door like, yo, I know you eat in this house. There's people in this house. I know y'all eating. I got these cheeseburgers. I know y'all hungry. Like, I'm a vegetarian. I'm vegan. What about the bread? You still gonna eat the bread? Cause I got the bread. I can peel the cheese off. I can peel a burger off. And they're like, nah, that ain't my thing. And y'all like, oh, y'all don't respect the man with it. You know what I'm saying? That's literally what you guys are doing. Going up to businesses saying, I can shoot your video. You have to flip how you look at it. Flip how you think about it. All right, let me get to Marcus. Welcome to the gold membership. I'm doing that for everybody, I swear to God. Okay, let me go to a few more questions. Ty, you got me. I want to get this information. Somebody on business. I want to work in a few days. Corporate, I'm not from. I think you said, so the course, if you're looking from the course for me, let me get my usual graphic up here. Hold up. Because I want you guys, while we're live, things are a little different. While we're live, you get a little extra love while we live. Now, if you're a member, disregard this. If you're a member with silver or gold, go to my community, click on the community tab and look at a post specifically for you with something special for you. So, yeah, something really special for you if you are a member. I just posted it today. If you're not a member, here you go. As my uncle would say, booyah. Okay. Let's see. Grey Poupon. These folks don't know what it is. Just in from Jersey. What up? What up, Battle? I see you. Somebody said I shoot combat sports. Cannabis expos, New York City street photography. That's a rough thing to collide. Like, you got to make two of them your passion, and one of them get your bread. You got to get your bread with one of them. Maybe combat sports, man. Combat sports is big, right? Combat sports is huge right now. UFC, it's a lot of other, what's the word I want? MMA competitions other than UFC that needs images. They need to feed their social media page. Like, go after that. I would definitely go after that. These young folks don't know what the Grey Poupon is. Senior portraits for Cincinnati graduates will qualify as 2 of the 3 keywords. Senior portraits. That's 3 keywords. Questions about Gold Q&As. How will we submit our site and portfolios for review? Gold members, I'm going to release an email address that will be under the community tab that only you can see, where you'll be able to submit your information. Should videographers write out a business plan? Oh, snap, smooth house. I got a video coming on business plans real soon. The short answer is no, but I got a video explaining it in more detail. Should be out this week. How do you oh man, I missed the guy. How do you deal with cheap clients? I don't get involved with cheap clients, Ivan. My website says I'm not cheap. So you know what people say when they see my website? I don't think I can afford you. Hey, you may be right. You don't want to build a business that there's certain businesses that are designed for cheap people, right? McDonald's, Dollar Menu, Walmart. There's certain businesses that are, believe it or not, they're built that way. You think Dollar King, call themselves Dollar King to bring in top dollar customers? No, they are designed for cheap businesses. They go into business going after a certain income level, and they're put them in places to go after certain income level, right? You don't see a Popeye's chicken in a really nice neighborhood. You don't see a no-name brand car insurance spot in a nice neighborhood. You don't see a check cashing place in a nice neighborhood because they go after a certain market. Now, what you could subconsciously be doing because you haven't researched enough business to know what needs to happen to make your company add value is you could be creating a brand that attracts cheap customers. If you don't invest in your brand, you're going to attract cheap customers. Like I stated in a previous video, if you go to a Mexican restaurant and it's bland, it's white walls and a clock, and you're going to attract, that's a cheap customer. You're going to attract cheap customers rather than going into a place that's built up like, you know what I'm saying? A Mexican place and there's sombreros and it's design and the music is playing and they got a live band. And when you walk in the door, you hear the trumpets. You're going to be like, dog, this place costs some money. It's the same guacamole as across the street. But because they invested in the brand to look like something, it costs money. I've been in Benihana's. I've been in regular hibachi places. It ain't really no difference. You can go spend $20, $30 on a meal, or you can spend $12. The difference is Benihana's has spent money in their building. They got the nice uniforms. They spent more money for their guys. That's it. I remember going to Benihana for the first time, and I'm like, yo, I got the same food across the street for $12. But they've invested in their brand to give it this high-end look. You avoid cheap clients when you give your brand that high-end look. You know what I mean? People approach me like, hey, I heard you shoot music video, or I heard you shoot videos, bro. Hey, man, I got a video idea. And I give them my card, and I'll be like, pull up the website, scan the barcode on the back. They scan that barcode on the back, and they're like, oh, I see that you work with Walmart and stuff. Okay, I'm just going to go to my homeboy because I don't think I can afford you. You're right. Peace. That's how you avoid cheap clients. Marcus Forrest, welcome to the gold package. Everybody, I'm telling y'all, for the rest of this video, everybody that joined to be a member, I'm announcing your junk like that. Fun Film said, when to start event for videography. I can't even talk. What 3 things should I say is a niche? Corporate events? You're going to do private events? You're going to do award ceremonies? You can do, it depends what type of events. like award ceremonies is different than regular corporate events, speaking events. You can do like trade shows. I used to do like truck shows, and I would get corporate. I would cover me. I would cover like photography, videography. I did like a 4-wheeler show back in the day. It was a 2-day event. It probably paid like $4,000, and it was pictures. So it's there. My analogies are always on point. Would I recommend the Nifty 50 London Ags along with the Big Mama 50 Sigma 50 to 500 for someone that's just getting started in photography? Man, you can't go wrong with the Fantastic Plastic. It's one of my favorite lenses ever, and for the price point of like $89, $99, you can't beat it. Fantastic Plastic, for the guys who don't know, is the Canon 50mm 1.8. It is a beast. It's hard to focus because of the knob is on the front, so it's hard to use it as video. If you want to go next step up, go Sigma 50 1.4, my favorite 50mm lens, period. The big Sigma 50 to 500 is pretty dope. If you can do 70 to 200, go with Tamron. Get the Tamron 70 to 200, not the older ones. Get a newer one, or get an older Canon 70 to 200. They're always super sharp. 70 to 200, definitely over 50 to 500. Somebody said, oops. Oh, it was film said, oops. I just did a music video yesterday that I thought was supposed to be next Sunday, so I didn't have no storyline yet because it was planned to do yesterday, but 1/3. I got a call from them saying it to still come, so I rushed there, did the music video yesterday and thought it was supposed to be next Sunday, so I have no storyline set 2 or 3. Yeah, see, you got to force people to do their job because people are like, I just want a video, tell me where I need to be, and then they come out trash and they're going to beat you for it. I don't do that. I force people to think about it. I force people to think about it. That's why people say, I want a music video. Well, how many sets? Where are we shooting at? What is it about? What are we doing? What's the color scheme? What's the color palette? Who's in it? How many, like, I make people think. Because when they brain got to go like that, when they all like, wait, when I throw out a huge price, they understand. Because if you just be like, if you don't make them think about it, they're going to be like, they're going to want you to say something like 200. I start smashing them with questions. Where's the sun going to be in parallel to the actors? Is it during golden hour? What's the weather? Do you have a permit for the location? How many locations? How long is travel to each location? They'd be like, wait a minute. Yeah, that's going to probably be around $10,000, but we can definitely do it. I'd have to sit down and crunch out the numbers. That make people think because in their mind, they just want something simple and quick. And they use that lack of thinking on their part because they think your job is to show up and just press record, lowers the price. It makes them think that it's not worth it. This guy just showing up with the camera. I hate when people do that. I hate when people give credit to my camera. You know what I'm saying? That's like giving credit to a chef for a stove. Man, this steak is good. You got a really good stove. What kind of stove you got? Don't you ever give credit to my camera. I fight over that. Anyway. Real quick, the comments are coming in because I'm having fun. All right. Somebody said I feel real executive with the gold standard. Might pop a bottle of Ace. You've been saving. Marcus, you know what? For gold, I'm gonna find some champagne. I'm gonna see if I can come on when I do the gold live, just for you, Marcus. I'm gonna have a list. I ain't gonna be Ace though. I can't. It's gonna be Jack or something. It's gonna be a 7 of hearts or diamonds or something. I can't do no Ace of spades. Yeah, cool. That's rough. That's rough. I would force them to think about it. ST Photography. He said, I applied everything you said, got my niche down. One thing, still no calls or inquiries at all. It's tough out here, battle. Okay. How detailed is your niche? And how much marketing have you done? You're going to have to tweak that site. How's that website? How's that reel? It may not be good enough. It may not be good enough. That could be a problem. Because it can need more tweaking. And you got to get more people. Listen, go shoot for free in your niche. Go walk up to somebody that's in your niche and shoot for free. And have them, use them. Hey, what do you think about my website? Oh, it was okay. Would you buy from me? Like, you got to ask them that. That's your target audience. Don't ask your mama, your cousins. Don't ask your friends. Man, screw what they got to say. They're not going to spend money with you anyway. Ask somebody who say, I'm going to shoot your video for free now, but I need to know the truth. and leverage that. Leverage that for the truth, because the truth will make you hundreds of thousands. This video you about to shoot for them is worth $2,000. Wholesale is $200. But leverage that. Ask them people like, yo, would you buy from me? Why not? Make them go through the process of coming to your website, filling out a form and going through that. If you think about it, if you call somebody up and you like, yo, or you go into there, I prefer going to it. You say, I'm gonna shoot a video for free. But what I need you to do is I need you to go to my website and contact me like you would normally contact you. If you don't hear from them, your website is so trash that they wouldn't even do it. They wouldn't even do it to get a free video. Either they went to your website and was like, these videos are trash. I don't want this for free. Or they didn't even want to work through the process of getting you to come out for free. That junk hurt, but it's the truth you need to hear. So go through that process. For a businessman to get free video, if you don't go through with it, or it's a lag or a hiccup, that tells you what your problem is. It's right there. Just keeping it real with you. Somebody say people cheap as hell. I got to step my game up in a few areas though. Listen, it ain't in your quality most of the times. Like most people think it's lenses, cameras. That ain't the issue. Y'all don't focus enough on business. It's the business sometimes. Most times, 90% of the times, every photographer that I've worked with who were dope they didn't work on the business side. They just had dope pictures. They had dope pictures on the website. So, you know, I had a friend of mine, I should save this for the member section. I had a friend of mine that had a photography business with a business card with no number on it. He was like, they'll find me. I was like, what? True story. I love that guy though. How long have I been filming and when did you realize this is what I wanted to do as a career? Man, I made movies when I was 10. This is just what I wanted to do. I made movies when I had a big old VHS camcorder. I made movies. This is just, I've always felt like the person that captures information. I've always been the guy who captured stuff. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the people who like wrote the Bible, who captured it, but I kind of felt like it was my job to capture the world from my point of view. And there was nothing, for me, I got a high of busting out video from way back when to people and they forgot about it. Like, when was this? And I got videos or picked, like that is my high. When I got family members like, Doug, I don't even remember recording this. I don't even remember. And you get to bring back memories that's just lost in their head. That's what I love. Somebody said a white wall place sound like a real Mexican. Yeah, they may have good food. Sometimes you get the hole in the walls, it's great. But you don't instantly go in there like I'm gonna blow money. You like, it's your friend. It's like, come on. I know this place looks terrible, but just try the food. And you're like, Just like if you live anywhere by a Waffle House, right? You know the rule. The worse the Waffle House, the better the food. If I go into a clean Waffle House, I'm like, what is this? I need to go to a dirty Waffle House. When they come in, they bring your napkin and she wipe it off with her shirt and you get your spoon and put it there. When you got your water and you like holding it up and it's like something in it, you know the food about to be lit. Please believe it. Post the eye if you know what I'm talking about. All right. You know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Question about delivery. I work with a couple companies where I put fast delivery as the point of difference. Is faster better for delivery workflow? Nope. Don't do yourself like that. You trying to, nope. Fast don't equal value. Would you order a trash pizza because it can get to your house faster than a good pizza? Nope. Would you go to a trash restaurant because they can get you food faster than a regular restaurant? Not if you come there to sit down. Not if your needs are to eat good. If I want a good steak, I'm going to pay for a good steak. I'm not going to pay for a trash steak because it can come faster than a good steak. No, you're just killing yourself. Now, I will pay more to get a good steak faster, but I will not choose a place based on how fast they can deliver the food unless that's a selling point. And usually those places, the food is trash, like McDonald's, because it takes time to make good food. Unless it's processed or heated up. It's just, there's no way around the fact that it takes time to make good food. It takes time to make food that's better for you. So faster don't mean better. Find a different way to show value. Let's see. How much for the platinum package? $1,000 a day. What's the platinum package? I think what's next is like consultant. I'm getting into virtual tours and I'm studying from my partner 107 to do drone work. Also, should these be separate LLCs and websites? I feel like they can tie into one another. Virtual tours with drone should be same website. I would keep it together. Unless you're doing 360. But because it's, because one customer who has a building or a home wants to get all of it done, it won't discourage another. So that works together. There's certain things that just like, nah. And it's like actor headshots and corporate headshots. I don't know why. Actors don't want guys who shoot corporate headshots, or corporate guys don't want people that shoot acting, but them people, they beefing. So you got to keep the Bloods and the Crips away. You can sell to both of them, but just not in the same place. One of them got to come to the back of the house. The other one got to come to the front of the house. But you don't want to have them come to the same window. Or they both would be like, nah, look at them cats over there. I ain't going over there. They'll both be discouraged. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. How do I represent a company without revealing that I'm the owner? By calling myself the creative director. I never tell people I'm the owner. Never tell people you're the owner, because they'll try to lowball you. They'll try to talk you down. If you go to a register and you find out that's the owner, it's just natural. When people ask me about something, I swear to God, I get on the phone and call myself and be like, hey, he want to know if we can lower. Oh, we can't? I'm sorry, boss. I won't even call you and disrespect you like that. Hey, he said we can't do it. I swear to God. And you know what people say? Okay. Instead of saying like, you know what I'm saying? If I tell them I'm the boss, they're like, well, maybe I will call myself and cut myself off. He want to lower the price. Oh, you didn't have to scream at me, sir. Okay. The boss said there's no way. All right, no problem. I'm telling you it works. I'm telling you it works. The stuff you learn on this channel, I swear. Somebody said I'm a gold member. I need to hold a Corona like I've been asked so I can have my pick. Yeah. Got to do that. All my gold members, please post the word gold. Please show your royalty in the chat room. Please, thank you. All my potential clients are saying they want to commit to working with me because their business has been disabled by the virus. Everyone says, okay, lost alphabet. I like that question. All of the potential clients are saying that they don't want to commit to working with you because their business has been disabled by the virus. Everybody's saying later. Any advice to seal the deal? Yes, you need to convince your clients that right now is the time they need to take advantage of everybody and their mama being bored at home holding their phones, especially if they're doing marketing. You need to convince them of that. You also need to convince them of the importance of showing what they're doing to combat the spread of the coronavirus within their business. Showing that will make people comfortable to come to their business and do work. That's what you need to be pushing. You also need to be pushing live streams if you're doing video or you're talking about video. I don't know if you're doing photo or video, but yes, right now is the time to tell them that, hey, people are home. They're on their devices. If you're marketing or pushing it for social media, this is the best time to reach them because they're bored as hell. All my golds, post them emojis real quick. Food analogies on deck. I love it. Hey man, I'm just keeping it real. I'm not a skinny guy, so I can talk about food and cameras all day. So I just got the Helios 44-4 58mm f2 SRL lens and the Canon body today. Do you recommend? Wait, EOS. I like the Helios 44. I got one. That lens is a beast. Look up Helios 40. I can't even talk. Helio 44-2. It's the 58mm f2.8 Russian lens. It has this bokeh blur effect that will blow your mind. It's manual for you auto guys. It's all manual, but it's a dope lens that you got to shoot right in the middle, bro. You can't turn it sideways and be you got to hit it right in the sweet spot. But if you hit it in the sweet spot, it will look like somebody walking through a freaking explosion. Like everything will just be like, blue, and the face will be perfect. The Helios is a beast. It's a beast of a beast. All my golds representing. Show them golds. Slight flex. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. They posting gold DVDs. Okay, gold. Gold representing. He said, I can't do that because my last name is Smooth. You can do that, bro. Smooth is a dope last name. I wish I'd have got a dope last name like that. I thought about changing it to something dope. But it is what it is. Ike messed it up for me. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Somebody said I'm mad as hell. Didn't send my notifications. I don't know what's up with notifications. Let's see. Yeah, I never tell companies I'm the guy. I never tell them. And I said it before. It's been times where I have guys that shoot with me that are of different ethnicities. They'll be white or they'll be whatever. And we'll show up and they'll always run up to them like, Ty, I'm glad you came. And they'll be like, that's Ty. I'll be sitting here like, yeah, sucker. And they'd be like, fist bump. I'm like, shake my hand. Like, oh, no fist bump. No, I'm joking. Timmy. Tell people my name is Timmy Turner. And they'll laugh at me. They'll laugh at me big time. Man, gold is representing. Okay. All my gold members. We're going to have a real good low down and dirty live chat this week. Straight up. Uncut, raw. When keeping it real goes wrong. Chat this week. I promise you. It's probably going to be like Thursday. I promise you. It's going to get real. It's going to get real crazy. All right. I like the flexes. What platform do you use to market on, and what do you recommend starting off with? Okay. STE Photography. Yeah. Rod, you right. They be thinking this. That's why I keep it as Ty. Nobody knows until I show up. So STE, I like marketing on Google because people are looking for you. People are looking for this type of photographer. And if your stuff is together, you can compete with everybody else. A little bit of Facebook. Google is probably the best because, like I said, you catch customers that are looking for you. It's two types of customers. There's two types of situations where people notice you, right? There's two types that work. So one is minding their business, scrolling, and they're like, okay, they do photography in the area. Cool, that's cute. And they keep scrolling, right? Maybe they need you. They can remember you. They may come back. Then there's the other type that's hungry. Gosh, we got to get a photographer in here. I got an event coming up. Who can I call to do it? Let me look on Google. That's your prime home run customers. They have a budget. They have money. They're ready to go. It's hard to convince somebody that's on Instagram looking at booties that you got a camera and you're going to do something special for them. They just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Back to the booties. However, on Google, they need you. They're looking for you. It's just like if you were to think about it, you have a service-based industry. You're in a service-based industry, right? You're selling a product, a creative product, but it's a service. So if you're a plumber and you want to be in front of people with broke pipes, that's like, I need somebody now. Can you come out now? You don't want to be a plumber in front of people that's watching Matlock. It's like Roto-Rooter. Who cares? Next. Unless you got the money. When you get big enough, you can have the money to just keep it in their mind, right? Coca-Cola can't find people when they're thirsty other than store displays, but they keep that in your mind so that when you get thirsty, you'll think Coca-Cola. Or sometimes we can see stuff in our mouth water. When it comes to food, we'll see stuff and be like, man, I got the taste for a Coca-Cola. And then we'll go get it. But for a service, it's best to be in front of people who need you now, who got deadlines. I need pictures by next Wednesday. Them the customers I want. I don't want the ones that's like, oh, well, if we need you in the future, we'll look you up. Get out of here. I will take your email address though, because for free, I can keep sending you emailers and keep you updated. James, he said he upgraded to gold membership. James, I want to welcome you to the Gold Club, where everyone here, not everyone here, but our gold members are deep and they're gold status now. Fun Films say just got the SLR Magic 8mm. It works great with the Black Magic. I want to try that out. Just jokes getting money. What's up? I want to try out that 8mm. I want to see what it's about. What do I think about the name STE Photography? Does it sound like a person or a corporation? It sounds like a corporation. You got to be careful with the S.T. photography and the EE at the end. I feel it, but there is some executive who think he's smarter than the world or be like, they spelled photography wrong. Go to the next one. I promise you. Little stuff like that People, I am smart. I have 6 degrees, and I am here in this office building with my hands together, looking out of a window, and I need a photographer. And there's 2 E's on that. Go to the next one. It happens like that, trust me. How do you manage balancing relationships, business, creative projects, as well as a creator? I love doing my own projects, but I often feel lost when working full-time and not being creative. If you're going to get a man 8 hours, you got to come home and give yourself 2. You sleep when you die, straight up. If you're going to get a man some time, you got to give yourself some time. If you're going to entertain yourself, you got to educate yourself. You got to sacrifice it until one outgrows the other, right? I used to work for a company doing photography and videography. I love what I do. Sometimes I hated doing it for them. I wanted to shoot what I wanted to shoot because a lot of people I shot for was crazy. They didn't have a good understanding of what needed to take place, and they were just not there. I got a client right now that's like that. They want you to change stuff to the way they want it. It's nothing that you presented. It becomes trash, and now they're blaming you for it. So it's tough, but you gotta pull out the BS in your life, and you gotta find a way to incorporate what you want. And you'll notice it'll start to grow and catch up financially, creativity, in every aspect of it until it beats your 9 to 5. I weaned myself off at 9 to 5. And I remember one day I went to work. I'll tell you the story. I was working for Dell, the computer company. Yes, they manage a lot of stuff for businesses. And I remember going to work. It was on a Friday. I was working with another guy. He was like my lead or whatever. He was off. And I was sitting down at Dell. We had nothing to do. I was in the office bored as hell. I had been working on my website. I've been building my website because that's what I would do in my downtime is work on my website. I get paid, spend money on a copywriter, get paid, invest in somebody to look at the website, get paid. I talk to a consultant, say, what do you think about? And I would invest in it. And I was doing jobs on the side, doing jobs on the weekends. And I remember I looked up how much money, it was probably like in April. And I looked up how much money I had made with Flash Film Media. And it was a decent amount, right? And I looked up what I had made year to date working for that company. It was a little bit above Flash Film Media. And I'm like, I'm giving these guys 40 hours a week. I'm giving Flash Film Media 10 hours a week. And I'm almost at it. Like, what happens if I give Flash Film Media 40 hours a week? I literally quit my job that day. I wrote an email. I left the key, locked the door, and I walked out. And the rest is history. No BS. Let's see. Trisha said, y'all pray for me. I'm in a hotel prepping for a shoot tomorrow, then back to home office for the foreseeable future. Tristan, don't breathe. Just hold your air in, bro. Get you a mask. Make sure you're good. I don't know what part of the country or world you're in, but everybody keep their ears out for them. What up? What up? I don't have a reel or coding on a website. Is gold still good for now? Yeah, you're still gonna learn a lot with gold. As long as you take notes. With gold, you just have the option of submitting stuff. You may submit a video and may be like, okay, this is what's wrong with it. This is what you need to do. Too many gold members. I don't feel special. Fun film, you always special, man. Strict Hustle TV facts. Okay, found the old 28 to 85 Nikkor for the low. Is that a good lens? And would you say it's better for photography or video? Both. Any of them old lenses give you that good analog look, that good light flare look. Everything has its place. I mean, when you get that lens and put it on your camera body, nobody will be able to come behind you and replicate that. It's difficult. You can get the same lenses and get 3 copies of it, and they'll give you 3 different looks. I buy up all the old glass I can, especially if it's cheap. Is Remnants Products a solid name for a hybrid service, photo and video? I've been trying to narrow down names to purchase domain, logo, website, but I don't want wordy. That name is pretty wordy, right? If I had to close my eyes and respell it, I'd have a problem. Keep it short, simple. Listen, I'm gonna throw something out there. It's 2020. Your name don't have to make sense, right? What was Twitter before Twitter? What was Instagram before Instagram, right? It may not be something that is says, you know what I'm saying, it may not be something that is heard of before, and that's perfect. When you create a name from something, it makes it so much easier for SEO, because if you're Spunk Trunk Media, there's only one Spunk Trunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you create something unique, there's only one. You don't have to compete with everything. So if you're photo blah blah studio, you know what I'm saying? So find something that's unique. Maybe it's a way to, maybe it's aperture blade media or something that has something to do with cameras or whatever. But if you can get something different like that, that works in your benefit. Especially if it got a little bit of a camera video media touch, it works in your benefit. Steven, welcome to the gold status, my friend. Let's see. Love the story about how you left your job. Just made a similar transition from my plant job. Yeah, you gotta live life, man. You gotta listen, bro. Sometimes you gotta just try it. Sometimes you gotta just go for it. With some good old glass, I should look into. I have an EOS R. Man, any old prime lenses. Look old prime. Helios. There's a bunch of companies. Go on eBay and look for old prime, or go to your pawn shops. They all, like, I always find a jewel just sitting in a pawn shop, and the guy don't know what it is. And I Google and see if I can, if you have, EOS R is different. No, EOS R is cool because it's mirrorless, so it got a real short flange distance. You wanna, old glass is your friend, bro. People love new glass. They love perfect, no distortion. I like old glass. I love old glass. My new business name is Fuzzy Riot Media. I wanted something that was outside of the box and make you stop and look. Fun film is just my films for fun, not business. Say that fast. Fun film is just my films for fun, not business. That's hard to do. Fuzzy Riot makes sense. You like, Fuzzy, what is, and boom, I got you. It's all about making people stop scrolling, right? What's gonna stop you from scrolling? Fuzzy Riot will do that. That sound like a shot at a Irish bar. Fuzzy Riot. Let me get 2 Fuzzy Riots straight. That's what that sounds like. Big suit Rhino sounds good for corporate interview. What about just Rhino? What about Rhino suit or something like that? Have I ever tried the Deity Connect wireless? No, I did have a chance to talk to Deity at NAB last year. I was going to try to talk to him at NAB this year, but didn't work out because of the coronavirus. There were some pretty cool guys. I was trying to develop a relationship so I can do some reviews. Tristan said, Flash Film has the most value on YouTube. Thanks, amigo. Hey, I try. I'm just being me. I'm just keeping it real. My goal is to keep it real. I gave a shout out to my gold members. All my silver members, please represent in the chat room right now. A1 Boca say, my content is gold. He watching it on repeat. My guy, I appreciate you, man. I love these comments from y'all, man. I just like talking to y'all. Sometimes I feel like I can just talk to y'all. I like to talk about this all day. Your friends get tired of you. But y'all appreciate me. I love y'all for that. Of course, you informed your wife you were out. I didn't inform my wife I was out. I'm free 99. I'm free and clear. I don't know who posted that. Any tips for making a real estate video for the first time? Making one tomorrow. Real estate video. Use wide lenses. Use a gimbal if you got one. If not, keep them elbows in. Keep them elbows tight. And everything gonna be all right. All right? Keep them elbows tight and everything gonna be all right. Wide lenses is your friend. Wide lenses is your friend. If you're get some good moving shots. Show some parallax. Show some dynamic, some changes with that camera, with the lens. Come from behind something and show something. That's the simplest way I can put it. Do you think consulting or consultations for planning of smaller shoots like grad photos are worth it, or more of a hassle to both you and the client? I think it's a hassle. There's a certain dollar amount I'm not meeting you for, because that dollar, I mean, me showing up costs money. It's labor. I'm not driving across town to talk to you about a $300 shoot. And anybody who want me to don't have a budget. I will drive across town for a $10,000 shoot. I'll show up a few times. However, This is your labor, your life. I'm giving an hour away from my kids to go talk about the possibility of maybe making $250. No, it's not gonna happen for me. Sorry. Can I talk to y'all earlier, please? Yes. I had a video earlier. This is like my third live today. I like watching how your channel grew with the live chats. So on point media and marketing. I'm gonna be honest with you, live chats don't really help me grow. It helped me talk to people who support the channel, but it doesn't bring in new people. You know. But I like it because I get to talk to people that I love. Shoot, I love talking to y'all. I cut it off usually at 2 hours because y'all got stuff to do. I don't got nothing to do. I'm on quarantine lockdown. Back to the real estate. What about 360 cams in real estate? I have a GoPro Fusion. It just happens to be right here. I love my GoPro Fusion. I use it for everything. I used to be a Google certified photographer. Let me see if I got that. I got that badge hanging over here. Hold up. It's over here somewhere. Google, where you at? Google, yeah, here we go. Damn, I can't get it out. So, I got all kind of stuff falling, but whatever. Matter of fact, let me show y'all some of these. Hold up. I'll show y'all some of, I have a lanyard collection. That's from events and stuff that I shot. So, this right here is a Google trusted, I don't know if you can see that. Google trusted, I'll cover this up. Google trusted photographer, boom, right? From when I did photography for Google, people don't think I did actual photography. So I did a lot of 360 stuff. Whole lot of 360 stuff. In fact, here's a different one. Another Google trusted photographer, boom, bang, pow. Because you had to have that before you showed up to do a shoot or people didn't trust you. That's when I was doing the Google program. I got a bunch of lanyards from shooting O'Reilly, NASCAR, and all kind of stuff. All right, I got too much here. I'm trying to see if I got anything for this. A bunch of stuff. I'll get this out the way. This is for shooting the Duke game. If you ever shoot Duke, there you go. And I got a bunch of them here from different stuff that I just keep. Enough of that. I like to hang them up because it just feels good to look and see them. But that's me. Yeah, that's that. Let's see. Uh-oh. Is that Poet Glass? The Poet Glass? Am I saying that correct? But the Poet Glass is a gold member. Please acknowledge the gold member, please. Thank you. Let's see. You got the DSLR Magic just for real estate. It will definitely work. It's super wide. You want to go light and fast. Randy, good looking out. What's going on? What's the best way to approach banks and schools? Find out where their corporate office is. Talk directly to their corporate office. That's the best way to approach banks or schools, to be honest with you. Find out who, depending on what it is. If it's an event, are you looking to do training? Training sometimes is learning and development department. Events sometimes is event coordinators that they hire from the outside. But you got to ask those questions when you go in there. Talking in the future, after I got my website up and my portfolio good, copyright good, advertising, what should be the next marketing steps and email campaigns worth doing and reaching out for business? Yes. So now that you got your bait, now that you got your fishing reel and you got your boat, you need to find a good lake that's full of the type of fish you want, because you got your niche and you know what type of fish you want. You want largemouth bass, you need to go to the lake over on such and such and such and such, and not the river over here because there's only catfish in that river, right? Then you go to Google, then you set up your advertisement to go after those people. Now, depending on what you're doing, right? Because if you're doing weddings, you can do that on Facebook by looking at people who recently engaged. Don't try to go after people that it's complicated. I don't know what's a good thing. Maybe divorce photos. I've met photographers that do divorce photos, believe it or not. They make a good living. So once you get that all set up, now you want to spend money on marketing because you can be efficient at it, right? You don't want to send 1 million people to your website to close 2. You want to send 20 people to your website and close 5. That's how you want to do it. Somebody say, what up, though? Jay Johnson. Big shout out to Jay Johnson with the Shop Talk podcast. That's my guy. Check him out. So you want to get your thoughts on matching them bodies. So it's hard trying to find a match look for your EOS R with your 6D Mark II and your 7 Ti. You always shoot with multiple bodies, all matching. I do. Try to shoot with C-Log if those have C-Log. If they got C-Log, then you should be able to match them pretty easy. If you're using a profile, because you could be using profile 1 in one of them and profile 6 in the other, it's hard to match. So if possible, if they allow you, I can't remember if the T7i allows you to shoot in C-Log, but I would try to shoot in C-Log. If not, there is a website that sells but see, if it's hard to add it, if it doesn't, there's websites that sell profiles that you can add into the cameras to tell you what to put the settings on to get the colors to match. That's probably your best bet. But other than that, it's gonna be difficult matching the EOS R with the 6D and T, especially the T7i. I know the 6D Mark II got log in it, but you should be able to go C-Log and match C100s, 6D Mark IIs, T7Is if they got C-Log, but you should be able to match them all together. Big shout out to my boy Jay Johnson. Check out the Shop Talk podcast. Post that link in here, Jay. Post that link in here so I can talk about it. Somebody said no one's stopping you from going longer than 2 hours. At least I'm not. Any of y'all stopping, Ty? Yeah, there's a few people stopping. So on point says, I used to collect my badges too, bro. I shoot for colleges, but blank them badges. The quarantine made me realize I need to do something different. Hey man, quarantines make you love yourself a little bit. Nothing wrong with the quarantines. Wireless mic recommendations for multicam setups. You're gonna need multi-wireless mics for that, first of all. It depends on how many people you're micing. I guess multicam don't matter. And it depends what type of event. Short events, short talking heads. I just reviewed the Rode Wireless Go. It's my favorite pick up and go lav mic right now. However, if you're doing long events, you need something with an interchangeable battery. Rode has another system that's a little bit above that. I can't think of the name of it. Somebody posted in the comments, but that's what I would go with. Definitely. Blake said, what would I recommend as the most important aspect besides a website to invest in your business? If you're school and you have very limited budget, portfolio, a portfolio video, that's for sure. Because there's gonna be places where you can post your video and not post your website. Your website can be bland and boring, and if your video is a killer video, it will do more for you than a dope website with no video. So that's what's next for you, definitely. Because your portfolio can be, you can start an advertising campaign on Facebook that advertise your video portfolio that will bring you business. And they can click a sign up link from Facebook and type in their information and bring you leads. You got to have a video portfolio that's dope. Definitely. Laoway has a zero distortion wide angle lens for real estate. That's correct. I believe it's a 15 millimeter. I do want to get my hands on one because they're fairly inexpensive. I think they're like $6 something. Know any good videos I can watch to set up Google Ads? I don't yet. Not off the top of my head. At what point did you start looking into hiring contractors, and how did you go about finding the right people? I use Indeed to hire contractors. At what point is when I got jobs that were so big that I needed multiple people there. Jobs that require more than 2 or 3 guys. I had a job that we did a 4-camera live stream, and I had to have people man their cameras. So I went on Indeed, and I did it. Let's see, divorce photography tagline. Don't you dare put that. Put my fee in bankruptcy. I think I get what you're saying. C-Suite, best way to stream a church. Sling Studio, my favorite. Look in the Sling Studio. I talked about it in the previous video from today. Check it out. Definitely check it out. You've been using GigaSolid to send me leads. Haven't been able to close more of the deals. My price is fair, but my leads don't respond after I send them a quote. What could be stopping them from closing? Oh, that's easy, man. That go back to the 3 steps. Do your lead fall in line with your niche? Do your website cater to that person? Do your demo reel cater to that person? I guarantee you there's a weak spot in one of them. Often it's that demo reel because it look like it's just dope clips to music. Or that website don't explain what it is you do, why you're good at it, why you're the best at it, what's the process. That's what people need to know when they leave your website. They need to know, what are you good at doing, which should be whatever brought them to the website. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at making pizzas, right? I want people who are hungry for pizza. I don't want the burger guy. It doesn't matter how great my pizza is. It'll be difficult. And I say it's difficult to convert him to wanting a pizza. However, if you give me a bunch of people that really like pizza and I can show them a really good pizza, at a really good location, they'll buy from me. The weakness is in one of those 3. It's not in your quote. It's just looking like you're worth your quote, or you can do the job. That's where your weakness is. Somebody say, when a new master course come out, will it backtrack and cover and go over info in other courses? No, but it'll probably be paired with other courses. Appreciate it, bro. Mostly selling the 6D and the T7i, grab another ESR. Yeah, you may want to wait to grab another ESR because you know Canon's getting ready to supposedly drop something special that's 8K. So you may want to wait. Still, don't forget to post a link to that podcast, bro. Let's see. Rode F1. What is the Rode? Let me see what the Rode F1 is. I think I've seen it, but I can't remember. I want to make sure I speak intelligibly about it. I've seen the Rode F1. I ain't too crazy about it. I don't want to stick a recording device on top of my camera. That's just me. It's not saying it's wrong. It's just too gaudy. Like, I'd rather record it right into the, with that, you can still go into the camera. You got a second record. It's doable, but listen, there's gonna come a time where you're gonna stop trying to make a DSLR or a mirrorless camera into what a real video camera is, and you're just gonna buy a real video camera because you get tired of just piecing it together. So it works. Me personally, I'm to the point now where the less stuff I got dangling, the better. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna write a blog on your website? How to manage keywords and what topics? Wait, it jumped up. Are you gonna write a blog on your website? How to manage keywords and what topics should you talk about? Obviously, clients don't want to hear about new cameras, correct? What I would do, let me give you a little trick that's going to be on the master course. I would go to Fiverr. I would hire a writer that writes SEO-based blogs, posts, right? SEO-based blog posts about your niche, right? So if you're a dog groomer, I'll get somebody that specializes in writing about pets to write why, keeping your dog shaved will reduce ticks and fleas. Or the new trend is life-size portraits of poodles or dogs, something like that. That will help you, and it'll keep the attention of potential customers. That's why you see a lot of photography sites, a lot of sites that talk business about photography. They talk about cameras, post their little contracts because they know people are searching for contracts. You search for a contract, you find their little loose, watery piece of contract filled with keywords instead of legal terms on their page. They know that you'll be like, oh, this is a page about photography. Let me click and learn. And you'll go through all their advertisement. And that's how they get you. They will you in with that. Oh, the Laoway, was it Laoway, whatever. It's a 7.5, F2 for 500. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I just watched your video portfolio today. You watched my video portfolio or did you watch the course? I don't know which one. Let's see. Just as a hobbyist, I bought a 90D. Should I go on for mirrorless camera? Nope. Not as a hobby. You can do it with a cell phone. Nope. Stop making food examples. I'm getting hungry. Hey man, I'm not skinny, bro. I almost put y'all on pause so I could run into the kitchen, but I didn't want to say y'all sitting here waiting. Some STE said, I was looking for a flash from a hot shoe, but I'm looking for a off-camera flash. What do you recommend to start off with? The same one I love the AD200 by Godox. My favorite startup flash. You definitely want to do that. Everyone I want to hire wants to make videos and get paid, but nobody wants to sell video. Have you ever hired a salesperson? Yes. It's difficult, and I'm going to be honest with you. Tweak how you think. Hire somebody to shoot it and you sell it. I can hire anybody to shoot a video. Hire somebody to shoot it, you show up and direct it, and you sell it. That way you're working on the business and not in the business. It's hard to find a sales rep to do this. That's good. You should do it. AJ, shoot me the link. Other ways, shoot me the link somewhere else and I'll post it. I'll definitely post it. Any advice for newbies that's having a hard time when it comes to charging people? Make sure you show value with your website. Make sure that when you give people a place to go learn about who you are and what you do, it says that you're worth what you're asking for. Just because you got a camera and you say you're a photographer don't mean I trust you. Just because you got some clippers don't mean I'm going to let you fade me up, bruh. I need to see some stuff. You wouldn't go sit in a barber chair who ain't got no people in line, who ain't got no pictures or nothing. Like say you had something important to do. You got a wedding to go to, right? You got something where you about to be on camera. You're not going to sit in a chair with a guy you ain't never heard of. Period. His price got to be $2 for you to take that risk. When you present a price to people and you don't got nothing to show what you can do or convincing what you have to show isn't good enough, you're asking somebody to sit in your chair who ain't never seen your work before. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. 8K, holy crap. Nobody needs 6K. Fun film, you are right. That's why I think it's a gimmick. That's why I think it's a gimmick. Something ain't right. Something ain't right with that Canon. So, yeah, definitely. That's weird. I didn't get it on here. Hold on. Let me do this real quick for my boy Jay. Real quick. Let's see. What's the next question? Matthew, when should you get an LLC? What exactly do you mean by LLC? Break that down for me. That means different stuff. And I've been in the military, so I'm used to stuff being different everywhere. Real quick, let me copy this so I can send it to you. Jay Johnson got the Shop Talk podcast, which is one of my favorite podcasts I like to listen to. So I'll share it to you. Boom. Line of credit. What you need credit for? I don't mess with a lot of credit. I don't want nobody owning my company. I personally don't mess with a lot of credit. That's just me. If you do credit, let it be small pockets of credit for like equipment. You want to go get a Ursa or something like that, but don't put yourself in a lot of debt. Don't put yourself in $30,000 of debt because these people want to take your company. That's what they want to do. No, it's for certain stuff. I've had credit before for marketing getting started. As long as you have a good purpose for it, then yes. I try to be as debt-free as possible with my company. That's just me. It's just how I operate. This is a low overhead company. You just need a couple of cameras, a computer. You can almost go out and do your thing. Don't put yourself in a hole. No problem, Jay. How do you market to someone who doesn't know much about ad work for their business? They don't value it. They're not your customer. Period. Don't market to them. Why waste all that time and money marketing to them, right? Get their email address, send them some emails to not influence, but educate them. Send them some emails, like put them on your email marketing list, get some articles written to educate them, and then you can sell to them. But why go after that type of customer when you got people that's hungry for what you do? They trying to find people. Go on Craigslist. I guarantee you, if I go on Craigslist right now, I can pull up a job right now from somebody who needs photography or videography. Right now, let's just see. I just want to test my theory. right now and just see if I can find somebody that needs, look at that, freelance. They're looking for freelance. Boom. Look at this right here. Wait, I'm going to show you right now. Just on Craigslist right now. They're looking to create a basketball recruiting video. Middle school. Boom. They're paying $20 an hour. Yeah, okay. But you can go in there, renegotiate that, and work it how you want. That's just people looking for video right now. That was posted 22 days ago, so they probably got somebody. However, it's just a great example. So, there's plenty of, here's another one. There's plenty of jobs out there. You just got to go find them. Let me see if I can find another one for you. Part-time, blah, blah, blah. Real estate photographer needed. That's on Craigslist. There's somebody in your area that needs what you have to offer. Let's go. Also look on Indeed. There's a lot of jobs on Indeed. There's a lot of temp services. Like if you go to Creative Circle, they offer like video, photo as a temp job, just as temp to bring you in to do a project. That's a great way to meet people so that next time they can call you directly. Let's see. Don't get caught up in the credit. Definitely get an LLC. Get your business as an LLC. Do not do DBA. Do not do DBA. Do not do DBA. Get an LLC. Make your business a separate venture. Limited liability corporation. That's correct. Matthew, no problem. Do I ever, Rockwell, do I ever critique other photos, give them feedback? Being new, I'm always unsure if I should keep it as a hobby or try to make money. Okay, let's start with that. One, yes. As gold members on the channel, we're going to do more critiquing live Q&As where we're going to critique more and talk about every aspect of what you talk about. Two, it's time to make money when, one, you got a better understanding of the business side of it. It ain't about your quality level, right? There's people selling pictures of bananas taped to a brick wall making $1 million. They didn't look at it and find some artistic angle that nobody ever thought of. They mastered the business side. That's what you need to worry about. I never find no jobs on Indeed. They may go quick, depending on where you are. Yeah, LLC is the most important. Like, when you get a LLC, do an LLC. Because, like I said, you can be somewhere filming, some old lady can trip over a cable, break a hip, and sue you personally, right? If you don't got the money personally, they showing up to your house, they liquidating everything. They taking your wife gold ring, they taking your gold status from me, they taking your TVs, they taking everything, right? If you got an LLC, they can only take what's in the business name. You can file bankruptcy and start another one. Gary, welcome to gold status, Gary. All my gold members, give Gary a hand. The whole chat is 95% gold members now. Hey, gold taking over, fam. There's some silvers. Hey, you got to show the silvers and the bronze some love. Silvers and the bronze, y'all out here, y'all representing. This content is gold. It's all good. How many we got in here today? 73. So yeah, we can answer questions. We got 73 people. We're gonna wrap it up. Oh, we're an hour and a half in. So we under our 2-hour mark. We under our 2-hour mark. We doing good. We doing good. Let's talk about, man, you know what? One of the biggest things and biggest problems and biggest hurdles you're gonna run into, right? Being new in this industry is family and friends. People are like, oh, you want to take pictures for a living. That's what you want to do. You want to do a podcast for a living. You should get a real job. You should go out and get a real job. Be very careful about taking other people's advice because everybody don't understand this industry, what it is and where it's going. You know, this is an industry where everybody has a cell phone in their pocket with a camera on it. However, you can still be successful. So when it comes to, if you haven't chosen a spouse, you haven't picked a spouse, because the family you can't choose, you got to live with, but make sure you pick a spouse who's ready to ride or die with you. They're ready to do what they got to do to help you get to the next level, and they understand what you're doing. It's very important. It's with anything in life. It's very important that you pick the person as your partner that's going to support what it is you do. They need to understand they can't be a super insecure person. They got to get your hustle. They can't be insecure. They can't be worried about you taking pictures of models. I used to be like, come hold a light, come do some makeup, come do something like that, so that you're not feeling bad. Because listen, I don't care about this woman that's in front of the camera. Yeah, she's beautiful. So what? I'm trying to make my money so we can be good. So make sure that you pick the right partner along your journey, and you better be picking a partner. This is something that needs to come up in the early stages of dating or whatever, to make sure that this partner is about this life, because this is not an easy life. You need somebody that understands you and gets you. He said, silver is upgrading as we speak. Last question, because everyone needs a chance. Had friends since I was 9 and has a printing company. He has clients that need videos, so he hired my company to do so. Should I continue to operate like this because giving him 20%? It should be a method of income. It shouldn't be the only source of income. I'm okay with that. If he bringing me people and I don't gotta, it's taking away my cost. You're gonna pay 20% of whatever you make anyway on marketing, advertisement, getting a customer. So yeah, that should just be your job with that client should be to knock it out the park the first time and create the relationship. So next time they come back to you, you're not paying that 20%. That 20% should be a one-time deal, but you got to think about it. That 20% for the life of that client. We're not in the world where we're doing video for a person once. We could do a video for a person every month. So that 20% is fine for me making let's say $1,000 off that client. They making $200 out of my $1,000 for numbers. Paying $200 for a client that I may shoot 4 videos for, that's $3,800. That works for me. That works. But you got to make sure you extend the life of that client and not just one. How important is it? How important are business cards? One, the material. Two, the fact that I don't have a website yet. I'm doing my best to build videos first. Business card, you got to have a website. You got to have a portfolio. Where's my business card? I thought I had it up here. Let's see if I can find one real quick. I thought I had one, but I probably didn't. If you've seen my business cards are serious. And when I show it to people, they know I'm not cheap. I can't find one. That's just my luck. Okay, whatever. Just I got one over here. Nope, I don't have a business card close by. Yeah, my business card is something serious. It's a thick, weighted business card with red in the middle. It shows that I mean business. I don't have one. That's weird. I had one over here for the last video shoot. Somebody came in my house and stole it. It's all good. But business cards are very important. Try to do something creative with a business card. Don't hand out just a white business card. There's no way I'm hiring you to be creative for me and your business card look like you're an underpaid, court-appointed attorney. It's not going to happen. Be creative with it. It's just not going to happen. I'm being real with you. Next question. I shot a lot of content for other companies. I have several niches I could focus on, but collecting the footage for portfolio seems really overbearing. Do you recommend a method? Yep, your niche is not targeted enough. It's not targeted enough. If you're just collecting from 10 different companies, it's not targeted enough. In the course, in the how to the 5 key steps for creating a portfolio that converts course, I talk about, that was weird. Okay. I talk about what you need to do specifically and how much video you need. It's a game plan. It's a map. You shouldn't have 50 videos trying to make a portfolio, because I guarantee you probably don't have behind the scenes footage to support all of those videos. Check that course out for more like guided detail. Just shooting for anybody and just collecting video does you no good. It's like going grocery shopping without a list and you just throwing everything in a buggy. If you don't know what you're making, it's all calculated. Success is calculated. It's not luck. It's not maybe if. It's all a calculated route, right? If you know what you're cooking, you know what to shop for. Your niche is who you're cooking for, right? Your niche is what you're cooking and who you're cooking for. I'm cooking a pizza for grandma, right? That's how detailed my niche is. Pizzas for grandma. Well, I know grandma got a gluten allergy. Grandma is lactose intolerant. Grandma, so I know When I go grocery shopping, I got to get a certain type of cheese. I got to get a certain type of bread. I got to make it a certain way. Grandma likes her piece of hot. So I got to know if she's going to be there at 8, I need to put it in the oven at 7. That's how detailed it needs to be. And you need to create it based off that. If you just go shopping for whatever, you'll come back with stuff we don't even need for the pizza. What is this? Grapes? You putting grapes on a pizza? So you got to know who your target audience is. And that course helps you develop everything from the back end, like moving back forward and not just hoping. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. When I was my business card has a QR code. I'm gonna tell you the time I went from amateur photographer to pro photographer. This is when it clicked, right? As an amateur photographer, I would go somewhere and take a lot of pictures. That's dope. That's dope. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. And I get home so excited in Lightroom because I want to see if I got something. Oh, look at that picture. That was amateur. Took a lot of pictures, a lot of videos to see if I got something. As a pro, I can walk in the door and say, you know what? I want to get a 2-to-1 lighting ratio on a person facing this way with the background, with a shallow depth of field, with a hint of red, taken at a Dutch tilt. I want to capture it with a smirk, a smile, and I'm done. I go in and I create it. That's when I knew I was a pro. When I didn't hope for something to light, maybe the light, I could create it, I could recreate it, and I knew going into it what I wanted. It wasn't about what the camera gave me or what I maybe picked up because I kind of turned this way and, oh, you see how No, I knew when I went in, I'm shooting this at f2.8. I want the focus to be on the eyes. I want you to tilt your head slight way because I want the sunlight to just crest around. I want the background to be shallow. I want to spray a little mist, a little steam. I want the window to just peer off your neck. I want your shirt to be brown, your shoes to be red. I'm going to capture it and I'm done. That's when you become a pro. And when you get to that point where you can create that situation, you can sell that because I know I can go anywhere and create it. The hardest thing to do is go from house to house, shooting headshots, breaking stuff down, building it back up, still getting the same quality with headshots because you know what you're doing. So that's when you become a pro. Can you use footage from other people? Other people have shots that you edited to do behind the scenes if you're color grading. Did he shoot it at your event? If they shot it at your event, yeah, of course. If you're just a colorist, then yes. If you're color grading the footage or somebody else shot behind the scenes of that event and you're just doing grading, yes. The course definitely talks about. The course talks about the importance of BTS footage. Nobody else is going to tell you. Nobody else is going to show you the power of BTS footage for your demo reel. It's almost unheard of. That's my signature. When you get that course, that's my signature. Like boom, bam. You're gonna see. That's something that's gonna punch them in the face. They're gonna be like, what? I promise you, that course gonna have you right. That course is when I'm telling you, I went from a Ford Fusion to a Cadillac CTS off that course. No lie. He said, I'm an amateur. I aspire to be where you are. It takes time to work. Ja, go and create your next shot. Don't let the camera give you something. You decide what you want and you create it. That's what makes you a pro. That's what makes you pro. Andrew, sir, I don't really get to tune in a lot, but I appreciate these streams and your insight. Hey, man, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm glad to catch you when I can catch you. It's a weird time, but I wanted to make sure I got a little later because we got West Coast people and we got people on the other side of the planet. I got Australia, I got Alaska, I got all kind of places. I got all kind of places in Africa. I got people around the world, and I want to make sure that they, I don't know if they up or they sleep. Let's see. If they shoot it within the same company with you. Work it. I missed the first one. Can you use footage from people who shot? If you're grading it, yes. If you're grading it, yes. One Sports Network said, that's crazy. I was just telling my guy I filmed with that BTS is the key. Listen, I'm gonna go back into what I said in the last video a little bit. Freshness sells, right? Our generation is getting away from the processed canned food, processed anything. Freshness sells, right? Just like I said, you're going to spend more money to go to a place that show you how they prepare food rather than a place that don't. You're going to spend more money with a company that show you how they prepare video rather than a place that don't. It's something that subconsciously people are like, dang, now that I watched your demo reel and you showed behind the scenes shot and you showed the end result, I'm not even sure if this other company really even shot that. They could have just used stock footage. I don't know. I don't have no proof that they were really the ones that do it. So if you can tell your story about, and that's why I like testimonials, and I like telling stories with testimonials about how I came to a person and they're like, I really didn't know what I wanted. But the Ty and the team over at Flashroom Academy helped me mold my idea into this, that, and the other. And I'm showing behind the scenes where I'm doing what they think all directors do. I'm like, you scoot that up. I'm doing this, and you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And I create it. That makes the person that's looking to buy with me feel comfortable and confident with the big number I got. Now it's okay for me to be reassuringly expensive because you took care of that person who didn't know what they wanted, and I don't know what I want. And I trust you compared to somebody that's just like, yo, we can do videos. We can shoot your video. I don't even know what my video is yet. But Flash Film Media will help me understand and design what my video is. That's offering a solution. When you do that, you can be expensive. You can be expensive. Let's see. Go to bed, Ty. My wife is starting to hate you. Hey, man, you get to have some makeup love tonight then. Fun Film. You get to make up. Take your pill right now, bro. I don't know how old you are, so if you're older, you can get it started now. I love y'all, man. Just got home from work bartending, where they told me not to come in tomorrow. Just bought the portfolio course the other day. No excuses. Got to go hard. Hey, man, when you start watching that course, it's going to be a lot of footage you deleted from years ago that you're going to be kicking yourself about. But the Josh is going to, definitely get with it. Definitely get with it. He said, I tried to tell my wife, but I'm a gold member. Tell her you're a gold member. She'll get it. She'll understand. Fun Film. Fun Film is his wife is mad at me because I'm keeping him up late, and he don't want to go to bed, but she want him to go to bed. But he's a gold member, so that's what he told his wife. Kimberly say, you make me laugh. I can peel the cheese off the bread. You have great personality, and that's what's gotten you where you are. Besides your skill set, of course. Well, Miss Kimberly, I tell you the most important thing in your bag is your personality. You got to be able to talk to people. You got to be able to make people feel comfortable, especially when they're in front of the camera. You got to be able to loosen them up. You know what I'm saying? I wish it worked for me in dating because it don't. Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole other story. We ain't going to talk about that here. We got a place where we're talking about that, but it's not here. Hey, so on point, bro. You got to take it. You got to take it right now. Give it time to kick in. You talking about the pill. I told him to take the pill. You got to take it right now. Ty After Dark. Hey, you think we talking. Wait till we get on them member live chats. It's going to get real. If you're not a member of the YouTube channel, hit the join button. The member chats is going to be, these chats, I got to keep them G-rated because advertising, all that stuff. Member chats, we going to get it in. Jason Hunter Matthew with the super chat. He said, what up, though? You must be from the D. Okay. Currently at work you from the D. Love the late night chats. What value do you place in having an office outside of your home? My business partner differ on this. Don't get an office. For what? Don't get that expense. Jason, it's not worth it. Depending on who your client is, though. Let me pause and say that. If your client is corporate, they're not going to come to you. It's beneficial for you to come to them. Take that money you would spend on an office, go get you a van, wrap it. I promise you, when they look out that window and they see that company van come up, they're going to feel at ease and cut you a check bigger than if they had to come through your office. They had to, go up 15 flights of stairs to go to an office that you rent in a space with other people and you're paying $1,500, $1,600 a month or just $5. Put that money into a van. Trust me, do not get an office. If you're doing corporate. Now, if you're doing a studio, like if you have a studio style environment where you have a niche that require people to come in and film, then that's completely different, depending on what you're trying to do. So I don't do the overhead space. Don't put yourself in debt for what? I guarantee you 1 out of every 50 client I ever deal with want to come into the office, and I can go rent something for that one time if they want to do a studio shot. I can, because right now studios aren't in. You know what's in? Shallow depth of field. I can create shallow depth of field in your office. That way they don't have to miss work. They can still get their phone calls, and it's more convenient for them when you can go to their place and do it. So Jason, I am against, now however, still get you a P.O. box, still get your mail there, still list your address to your business to your P.O. box. You don't want people showing up at your house, knocking on your door, talking about they need some headshots. You don't want that happening. So still do the P.O. box. Don't do the office. Fun film, say all jokes aside, you taught me more in a month than my 4 years of community college. Hey man, fun film, I like you, bro. I'm happy to hear that, man. That's you know, I try to make sure I teach, I reach and teach, and I'm just talking, man. I'm just doing my thing. I just love doing it. It's just what I love doing. Andrew said, where you from? I'm from Detroit, born and raised. I live in Dallas, though. I'm in Dallas now. Got tired of the snow. Good thing I already have a drywall van. Just need to replace the plate with a new business name. Yeah. If you got a van, go get you a cheap $2,000 to $3,000 van. Don't get the lens. Get you a van. Get you a uniform. Listen, watch how much your price go up when you show up and your name match the name on your van. Bro, just watch how stuff work. Listen to me. Watch how stuff work. Go get you a PT Cruiser. Go get you something that's cargo. I like the Ford Transit Connects or Sprinter vans if you got it like that. Spend the money to get it wrapped and just watch how business work. Watch how much respect you get from people you already know. Watch how they really start referring you to clients. They didn't want to refer you to people in their job because they thought you was going to show up with your homeboy and mess up and get them in trouble. But when you got the van, you got the shirt, you got the polo shirt with the thing on it, your colors, watch how they start to refer you to different people. I promise you that's how it works. Rockwell said, I subscribe. How do I become a member? It depends. If you're on the phone, for some reason right now, iPhone users saying they don't see a join now button. Android users are saying they see a join now button. You can also go to the YouTube channel itself, and there's a join now button. And if you do it before the video is over with, we will acknowledge your status in the video, depending on what status you choose. You said, I'm going to sell my car and do that. Okay, until the next media. Listen, be careful. All right, this is the asterisk about having a company van. Right, this is the asterisk about it, behind it. It's difficult as a everyday driver because people around you are going to drive like they freaking lost their mind because they're going to think you're a big company that I can sue for millions if I happen to cut you off and you don't stop. I like my truck. I call it the money truck. But if I ain't going nowhere where I'm getting money, I ain't driving it because people drive really dumb around me because of lawyers and they passing all these leave free or whatever. If you get in an accident, I just got hit and they looking at your van like, oh, this guy got some money. Oh, I hit him. And they drive really dumb around you. I got a camera in my truck. It has saved my butt on 2 accidents and show how dumb people were driving and they get out all limping, calling a lawyer before they call the ambulance. And they think they're going to sue me for some bread. But I got a camera. So trust me, go buy you a $99 dash cam off Amazon, put it in your truck. I got a camera in the front and the back. Thank me later. Let's see. Anyone in Oregon want to buy a drywall model company? Need to go on ASAP. What's going on in Oregon, man? I need to come up there and see. I like to go hiking. I like the great outdoors. Yeah, back to your question, Jason. Yeah, I'm just not crazy about office space. I wouldn't mind having warehouse space. Like if you get a hybrid office warehouse, but I wouldn't, if you're doing anything less than $200,000 a month, I wouldn't consider it. That's just me. If you don't got 2 trucks and $200,000 a month, not a year, it's not feasible, in my opinion. Now you may be somewhere, I don't know where you are in the world, or you say you're in the D. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Because you got to get office space, you got to run security, listen, if you run it from your house, you can write off a lot of your utilities and stuff for taxes. Thank me later. A lot of stuff you can write off for taxes. It's all kind of stuff you can put your kids to work. You can pay them, and that money's tax deductible. Just FYI. You can put your wife to work. She can answer a phone call. She's now an employee. Tax deduction. Your house phone, your cell phone, your heat bill, no, you got what you got up there? DTE? No, not DTE. Tax deductible. That high car insurance, you in the D, your car insurance, high. They just passed the bill to lower it. Tax deductible. If you own a vehicle that's over a certain weight and you bought it after you started your business, if you got a truck or something, tax deductible. So don't lose all that money somewhere else when you can get it at your crib right now, depending on where you are. No toilet paper in Oregon. Y'all got some leaves or something out there. I know you do. Keep your camera strapped on you. You're in the D, you got to keep your camera strapped on you. Let's see. Hey, I started to do a funny video, real talk. I started to do a funny video, but I was like, nah, they ain't gonna take me serious about the top 5 things in your camera bag that you can use and replace to replace toilet paper. I swear I started to do it, but I was like, nah, this ain't a good time to be funny. You my hero, bro. Thank you for the advice. I launched my website after you told me. It's all about the business. No broke photographer here. That's right. Don't. Bro, listen. Business is so important. They don't tell you about it because they take advantage of you. Your job ain't gonna tell you about how the business works. There's no job. Tell me if your job actually wanted to talk to you about business, all of it. They keep parts and pieces away from you. That's why you don't know if you're getting laid off until it's too late. They probably knew a year and a half ago. We got to make cuts. We're voting. Like, they don't tell you for a reason. They don't need you to know all of it. So you can't replicate it. One, that's the main thing. If you knew you was getting laid off a year before you got laid off, you'd do all kind of stuff. They don't want you to know the business, bro. It's not a conspiracy or nothing like that. It's just business. Business will teach you not to show people the business. Like, that's just business. Business will teach you, don't get 2 people who are related or live in the same household in the same department. That's why when you fill out an application, they're like, do you know anyone that works here? That's also why they give you a referral, because you tell them who you work with and you're getting paid. Like, oh, I know this person. I referred them. Cool. We're not putting them near you. We're putting them way over here. Thank you. That little $200 we paid you just saved us thousands. And we got a good person who can do the job. Good looking out. That's just how stuff works. I think what y'all trading, toilet paper? If we have multiple niches that we can create multiple business names for, is there any benefit to matching the logo, branding, or should they be totally different? Joe, good question. Nope, they should be very similar. I stated in the video earlier, I had Flash Film Weddings, Flash Film Media, Flash Film Photo Booths, and now I got Flash Film Academy. So if you see the Flash Film name, you already feel comfortable. If you've done business or I've advertised something else, you feel like you know it. Okay, cool. It's kind of how Ford does with their cars, right? Everybody know Ford makes Lincoln and Ford makes all other stuff. When you see the Ford name, you automatically feel comfortable with whatever they put out. You know what you're getting. So do the same with your brand. Do the same with that's right. Free game, Jay. Free game. 2 easy payments of free $99. Reno photographers charge around $50 for a photo shoot, but businesses prefer me because my website, professional look, and I charge $350 an hour. You're right. It's always going to be cheap guys who have nothing to offer but a cheap price. They don't understand the business. They are consumers who want to make money, and they don't understand their value because they haven't taken the time to learn their value. They haven't taken time to invest in their value. They think because they got a camera, they should demand a certain amount of money. If you're a doctor and you go buy a table, or not even a doctor, if you're a person and you go buy a white coat, a stethoscope, a table, and some scalpels, you can't demand to charge what doctors charge because you don't have this. I'd rather take a doctor on a stranded island with a piece of glass to perform a surgery than somebody who got all the tools and no knowledge. Build your knowledge. Definitely build your knowledge. From New Zealand, the Bussy Shelter. Did I say that right? The bus shelter? The bus shelter. Good looking out on the super chat, brother. from New Zealand. I got to get out there, man. I got to get around the world. I'm going to be looking for y'all when I show up with y'all on y'all country, man. I don't care if I'm 3,000 miles away. I'm going to be in your inbox. Like, hey, this is Ty from YouTube. You sent the super chat and you said that I could just show up in your country and take good pictures. I'm joking. I do want to come to New Zealand though. Did I decide to lower the amount of clients I take for the pandemic? Nope. I got a mask. I'm healthy. I ain't the ones that's gonna get hurt from it. There are people around me that I care about, but I'm trying to convince people that they need to do more during the pandemic. Nope, because I don't know how long it's gonna last. I don't know how much of a hit the economy is gonna take. I don't know if I should stack bread or what I should do, but I'm not gonna stop. I'll show up at your job in scuba gear with my own oxygen if I need to shoot it. Straight up. He said, anytime, bro. Okay. Let me screen copy this because I'm going to be in New Zealand. Hey, tickets to New Zealand round trip. I just found one on Orbitz for $16. So I'm going to see you, bro. It's dirt cheap. It's dirt cheap to fly anywhere right now. I'm buying tickets for a year out for $20. Hey, no lie. I had a ticket to Vegas for $14. My bag was $40. It was a ticket to Vegas for $14. I am not lying to you. All right, you already answered this. I apologize, but how long should I spend building my knowledge before I start charging work? You should be doing it at the same time. Go shoot for free. Go shoot for free. Build your portfolio while you build your knowledge. That way, it's nothing to fall back on. Still go through just like a regular client. Still treat them like a regular client. Still contract, still invoice, make it zero. Hey, this is what I would be charging you, $3,000, but I'm giving it to you for free. Go through every single part of your sales process, answering the questions. What do they need? I'd even tell them to go to my website and start from there. But go through everything. Get these bumps and bruises out of the way before they cost you money. And learn. So start now. Somebody said if we ain't flying Delta, we ain't flying. Rog said that for $15, I don't care how I get there. As long as it ain't by boat. I'll be in a Spirit flight like these. I'm a big fella. I got to get the exit row or somebody next to me going to be mad. But for $14 a seat, I'm buying the whole row, baby. Let's go. I'm going to be stretched. I'm going to have my luggage. It was cheaper for me to buy another chair and just sit my luggage next to me than to check my bag. I'm not lying to you people. I'm not making this up. I promise you. Anyway. If I couldn't shoot Blackmagic, what am I choosing? Depends on what I'm shooting. I like Canon cinema lineup. I like the C200. I like the C500. I love the C500 Mark II. What is it, like 15 grand? I love that camera. I love it. If Canon want to send me one, I will get a banner in the back and like a headband. I would for that camera, but that camera is 15 grand. And it could be done. But if I'm going to spend money, I'm going to go Blackmagic Ursa 4.6K. But I like Canon camera. I like Sony too. I haven't checked out their new, what is it, FX9, FR9? What is the new replacement for the FS7? I haven't checked it out yet. But I'm definitely open to checking it out. All right, we're down to what, 80 people? Oh, we touched the 2 hour mark. It ain't a good podcast. I mean, not podcast. It ain't a good live stream unless it's 2 hours. All right. We're going to answer a few more questions. It's 1:03 a.m. where I'm at. See, I had a Red Bull earlier. That's why I'm doing this. If you watched the video earlier, I had a Red Bull. So that's what it is. Do I need a video reel for my photography website? Yes. Yes, you definitely need a video reel for your photography website. You need a video reel for your editing website, for your colors website. If you're a stylist, you still need a video reel. Why? Because video converts 70% more than text and video. Text and pictures alone. You definitely need video reel. In fact, in the course, How to Create 5 Key Steps to Creating a Portfolio, I talk about photography a lot. A lot. You definitely need video. It just helps convert. So at 70% compared to pictures that do about 23, look at it in advertising dollars, right? If I spend $1,000 on advertising dollars, am I going to get more of my money back if I have something that converts at 70% or 23%? You want to increase that conversion rate as much as possible because then you do less to make more. You spend less to make more. So do everything you can to get the advantage. Video will give you the advantage in photography. Definitely. 203 in the D. Yes, sir, it is. Y'all an hour behind. Why the Ursa over the C500? I didn't say I would take the Ursa over the C500. I said if I had to pay for it, I'm going to take the Ursa over the C500. I'm going to take the C500. That's unless we start going reds, that's probably one of my favorite cameras. C500 Mark II, not the Mark I, or that junk in the trash. I'm using the C100 now. I love it. Audio sounds good, sounds crisp. That's a little bit why. East Coast, yeah, you're looking at 2 o'clock. Yeah. What should a Dallas person charge to record audio and video for a podcast? Depending on how long the podcast is. Are you editing video? Are you editing podcasts? How many mics you running for podcasts? You might see how you got to make them think. How many mics you running for podcasts? You providing the studio or you just showing up recording? I would do an hourly rate. I would do a base rate of $500-600 and probably $150-200 per hour. That's just for video. If I got to edit podcasts, I'm going to give you a whole nother price. Can a business name be different for your different businesses, but the logo and colors be the same? It can happen. I would keep the name similar for marketing purposes, but it can happen. I would keep the name similar. You don't think about it. What if you got three different complete business names and somebody writes you a check, right? You got to have banking accounts for every business name because everything on mine is Flash Film. I got a bank account that's under Flash Film. Now the media, the academy, the photography or weddings, photo booths, you can write a check for whatever one you want. I can take it to the same bank. I don't have to get an LLC for all of them. Well, I do have an LLC, but you don't have to get bank accounts for all of them. You can combine them. So you kind of want them to be under one umbrella. Do any video shooters ever mix and master their audio? Mix, maybe not master. Definitely. Because we're usually dealing with voices, right? We're not dealing with 16 different instruments and basses that dip below the distortion at level or above. We're just dealing with voices. And then we're getting a track that's already together and we're layering it on top. So maybe not mastering, but definitely mixing. For our first few jobs, Fun Film, who's still up, who Pill hasn't kicked in yet, says on our first few jobs, what kind of knowledge questions are we going to run into? Do you mean doing like video jobs? Like what type of questions? It depends on the solution you're looking to offer, right? You want to find out what is hurting that person. Why do they have you here? It's not just the film because they got a phone, they got a 4K camera in their pocket. It's not just the film. I promise you that. It's for your unique perspective on telling a story in a way that benefits them, that they can create profit from. So that's what you need to find out, what's hurting them. When you get ready to go. Can we expect 3 lives a day more in the near future? If I'm on quarantine, hell yeah. I don't got nothing to do. I'm in the house. What banks do you trust? I trust all banks that got more than one location. I trust all banks that got locations in multiple states. Those are the banks I trust. We'll get ready to wrap it up. Lit City say, Ty, love your videos. I feel so inspired. I'm yet to own the first camera. Should I go mirrorless or DSLR? Based on my budget, I was looking to get in the 90D. Any thoughts? Depends on what you're trying to do. I would look to go mirrorless because mirrorless is easy to adapt lens-wise. Look at A6500, A6300. Look at the new EOS R. Mirrorless lineups you got more lens choices, so you can adapt more and do more with it. I would go mirrorless. Make sure you get something, if you're doing video, make sure you get something that has a mic input and a headphone output, bare minimum. Or if you don't have a headphone output, you can always get a monitor that has it, but depending on what your budget is. 90D is cool, but mirrorless is better. If you're looking to do strictly video, though, look strictly video camera. Blackmagic, pocket cinema camera. All right. Let's see. Matthew says, in the master course, will you go into admin, financials, and setting up all the legals behind setting up your business at the start? Yep. Yep. So let me go over it quick. Let me run over it real quick before I get out of here. And let me kind of just drop a bug in your ear. And I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go in more detail on the member section. But I'm just going to give you a touch of what's coming on the master course. Let me ask you a few questions. What area should your business invest the most money into? Branding. Build your brand. If your brand is dope and you get 5 people look at your page, you'll sell 3 of them. If your brand is trash and you get 5,000 people to look at your website and you still sell 3, you're not doing a good job. Oh man, he took the wrong pill. Now he can't go for 2 more hours. Oh, guess we on for another 2 hours, fun film. Let's go. No, I'm joking. I wouldn't recommend the 90D over. I wouldn't recommend the 90D over a 4K mirrorless. I wouldn't. Let me see if I can pull up the specs real quick. No, I wouldn't. Not at all. Nope. If you're doing photography, yeah. Man, Blackmagic is the... Listen, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera is the truth. It's the truth.com, bro. It's one of the best cameras you can get for under that. It's ridiculous. Okay, so listen. So the master course is going to cover 3 things, right? It's going to cover building the business. It's going to cover, let me go scroll down to the rest. Running the business. And then growing the business. It's going to be 3 parts, right? Either you can buy them together for one cheap price, or you can buy them individually as you grow, right? So I'll give you an example. So building the business is going to intro what to expect. Then I go into what should I go into? Should I go into business? Should I even go into business, or should I freelance it? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Number 3 is kind of why you need to ditch the old business model. Ditch what you think you know about creating a business and going a different way. Understanding the change in the business, how it has changed. It's no longer what it used to be 10 years ago or even 5 years ago as a content creator, because people have social media. They need content daily for social media. Number 5 is working smarter, not harder. Number 6 is 3 products or service, talking about your niche and why it's important to start there. Number 7 is your company name, why it's important to have a certain company name. Number 8 is legal, banking, taxes. Number 9 is logo, look, colors. Number 10 is gear and tools you need to get started. Number 11 is discovering your target audience. Number 12 is branding with the purpose. Number 13 is know the competition. And 14 is building the ultimate sales tool, your website. 15 is being ready for business. 16 is what not to do. And then 17 is more books to help you further it. So that'll be step 1. That is building the brand. That's what the master course will look like. All right, that gives you an idea of what's coming. And then there's a whole, that's 17 parts or 17 chapters of the first part of the master course. So that gives you a little bit to chew on. Now, that just give you some idea. She said, I was thinking about getting the 90D Next. I do both video and pics, mostly love with the pics, but I know video will get me in the door. 90 DSLRs are cool, but I honestly wouldn't tell you to buy a DSLR outside of the 1DX right now. Maybe a 5D Mark IV. That's just me. Yep, about to replace my Sony FS5 with the Blackmagic 6K. The only thing I miss from my Sony is the ND filter. My FS5 is the ND filter, the electronic ND filter, and the really good XLR ports. That's about it. The rest, I can care less on. Be honest with you. Okay. Let's see. What am I listing off? I was listing off the chapters in the first masterclass. I was giving you a little quick peek. When I do live in the member section, I'm gonna really go into detail on what's going to come in the master course, because I want you guys' inputs, members' inputs. All right. What about the high frame rates? Don't miss it. Don't use it. 4K 60 is more than enough. I don't need, I can't tell you the last time I needed to slow something down to 240 frames. Like, I just don't need it. I wish I could tell you, like, it's dope, Like it's great that my toaster can properly cook toaster strudels, but I can't tell you the last time I ate a toaster strudel, and I love toaster strudels. But you know what I'm saying? It's a feature that's dope on paper that I just don't use. 4K 60 is enough. I'm doing quick highlight videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm not holding a shot for 8 minutes that's going to turn a 3-second shot into 8 minutes. I just don't do it. It's dope to look at. It makes really dope YouTube videos, but in real life, I just don't need it. Just being honest with you, 4K 60 is enough. And what do I get at the Blackmagic? 2K at 120? I'm delivering most stuff in HD anyway. Yeah, so I've never really used it with my FS5. And I had the Inferno and the RAW upgrade and everything. Just didn't use it. With the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K and Speed Booster, it supports my Canon lenses. What else should I get to really be able to get the best out of it? I got a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera. I'm not going to pull it over here. You want to get Cage? You want to get some T5 solid state drives? You want to hook a V-mount to it so you can hook up a battery? That's about it. Follow focus. I cannot pronounce your name. IDKSHIT. And I'm gonna answer this question. I'm gonna get ready to roll because I'm going on 2 hours and 20 minutes. How do I tackle a situation where your clients say your price is too high? I talked about it a little bit earlier in the video, but the quick answer is I usually don't work with clients that say my price is too high. But the issue that they're saying that is not from their point of view. It's from what you're projecting. You're not showing enough value. You haven't invested in your brand where they feel like they're worth spending that money. It's hard because at this point you got to sell them and work them into a higher price. Like you shouldn't have to convince somebody to spend more money with you. Your brand should do that. When you go into a Mercedes-Benz dealership, you know it's going to be expensive, right? It's just about getting the features that you want for your car based off what you got to spend. But nobody, adding 20-inch rims to a Mercedes is going to be 3 times the price of adding 20-inch rims to a Ford. But you know that because Mercedes has built the brand to show that it's a luxury item. They built a brand to show value. Your brand doesn't do a good job at showing value. So they're questioning spending money because they're like, I really don't see a lot of information on what I need. Your website or your portfolio didn't do a good job on selling me, so I don't feel comfortable spending this amount of money. Because if your portfolio sold them everything they needed to show, you'll blow the money out. You'll spend it. You'll blow the money out the water. If you're into seafood and you go into a place and they got king crab legs crab legs everywhere, you like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? If you go in there and they don't have no crab legs out, but a few little skinny ones, you like, and they like, we got some more in the back. Like, I don't see them though. I don't know if I want to spend this money. You feel me? So you have to do a better job at showing value. All right. Somebody say from Uganda, so I don't have a MasterCard to pay for the course. Is there any other options? PayPal. You can pay for courses with PayPal as well. Right. A rough ballpark of price on the masterclass. It's going to be, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. We're going to fill out some stuff. I'm probably running by the members. We're going to fill out some stuff. I got some stuff, but I don't want to, I don't know yet. I'm going to say it like that. If it's $1 million, it's going to be designed to make you 10, but it's not going to be $1 million. I promise you that. Lit City says, the problem is I'm going to answer this last question, then we're going to get ready to wrap up for real, because I can do this all night. The problem is I live in a third world country. I've been unemployed for the longest while. My other plan was to purchase a used ADD and put more money towards branding and building a website, attending a decent lens, collecting overtime. I'll upgrade the body after, but right now I'm afraid of getting scammed, buying used cameras. Any advice on buying used cameras? Okay, Melvin, I'm gonna get to your question too. Okay, you got to test it out. You got to go there, pop a lens on it, take some pictures. Cameras really are, listen, cameras don't really go bad that often. Like, they're designed to have 1 million shutter clicks on it. DSLR is more than mirrorless because they got more moving parts. You just got to go there and take some pictures with it. You got to look at the pictures. The things that usually go bad is a bad sensor, a little speck on a sensor, a scratch on the mirror. Those are things that usually go bad as long as the mirror is actuating, is moving. But you really don't really have a lot of things unless you got liquid damage, which it'll completely stop working. There's not a lot that can go wrong with cameras unless it's been dropped. Like you'll be able to physically look at it and be like, okay. People will just upgrade a lot because they just think that they need the newest and greatest. So everybody's not out to scam you. Some people just think they need the new camera to be a better photographer, and that's their loss in your game. What's the expected runtime of the master course? I want to say 5 to 12 hours per section. So I got 3 sections in it. It's going to be, I am just trying to get everything out of my head. That's the hard part. And putting it in a place where it makes sense, where you can translate it into what you need. If you don't lead that course feeling like a boss, feeling like a CEO, feeling like you got a PhD or an MBA, I haven't done my job. You should be able to confidently go out, start your business, and be able to feed your family. Period. Quick question, starting from scratch to learn things on business tip. Where do you recommend we start, Melvin? Melvin, I'm going to be honest with you, and I answered this question a few times, but I'm going to answer it again. Man, I wish it was a place I can point you. The reason I started Flash Film Academy was because I couldn't find no place to get good business sense. I read one crappy book that was terrible. I just started reading books on businesses in other places and tried to adapt it to what I'm doing. And it was hit or miss until I found something that worked, right? The food industry, right? When they talk about putting food on display, it's kind of where I got the ideas from. The portfolio is where I created the portfolio course, right? The fresh food stuff I was talking about. That's kind of where I pulled it from, and it started working. People they buy what they see. They trust you if you can do it for you. If I can't make, when you go buy a cake for your wedding, they have a lot of cakes made so you can see it. You're not gonna buy a cake from somebody who got pictures or they just telling you like, yeah, we can hook yours up, we can do it. You want to see it, and most times you want to taste it. So you have to be able to create that for yourself. That's what I took and adapted. My analogies and metaphors are so vivid. Hey man, I don't know. It's just how I talk. All right. For those who have supported me, for those who tuned in, for those who still up, all 73 of y'all at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey man, thank you. I had a Red Bull today, so I'm sorry. This is my 3rd live. But I hope you were able to learn something. I hope you were able to take something away from this. This is just what I love to do, man. So those who have signed up for the membership, you're going to get a lot of content probably because I can do this forever. I want to thank you guys for your support. There is a discount code. Where's it at? Hold up. Is it here? No, it's here. It's a discount code right there if you decide to purchase the course. If you are a member, though, and you look on the post section of this page, there's special coupon codes for you because members save more on courses. So I will see you guys in the next video. And like I said, before I go, again, I want to thank you guys. Without you, this is no fun. This is not possible. So I know you somewhere sitting on your computer, your laptop, your phone, you're watching. Fun Film is he said, I dare you to go all night. Your wife will kill you, bro. Fun Film is ducking his wife. He's trying to use me as an excuse. Uganda, it's 9:23 a.m. Okay, it's perfect. So, I'm going to make sure that Fun Film get a chance to go in there. He took his pill. He want to get to his wife. I know she's waiting on him and she's going to kill him. But all I ask you guys is help me grow the channel. Please share it. Please like it. Please post it on your Facebook. Please shout me out on Instagram. I love it when I see the mentions on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's Flash Film Academy, one word. And I just want to say thank you, man. I love y'all, man. I had so much fun with y'all. You have no idea. I have so much fun with y'all, man. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. For sure, I'm going live Wednesday. Everything else may be a pop-up. Maybe me popping up. So you just keep watching. All right, guys. See y'all in the next video.